Hello, Scratch. Gotta go finish making my booze. Be back in a second. Alright, I'm back. I got booze. I'm testing something on stream today too. I kept the stream bot open since last stream. I want to see if it works. For some reason, Streamlabs used to hate it if I opened it before StreamerBot. It just wouldn't work. So the integration just was kind of crap, but OBS seems to work significantly better. Does it say there's a connection? Partial connection. Yes, just Streamlabs missing, which is fine. Actually, I can probably break that connection now. Streamlabs, disconnect from Streamlabs. Right? Yes. Streamlabs desktop is also connected. What is that? Ah. Okay, now it shows green. Perfect. Hello, Matt. Michael will be an extra minute. He's just... I think he's making chicken tacos from like leftover chicken and leftover taco stuff. It's kind of a weird mix. It is not the seasoning you would use for tacos. So it's more like a Mediterranean taco. A little biting. Okay. Okay, I hit the music thing like it was supposed to play music, but then it didn't. There we go. So I didn't have it open. I thought I had it open. The Windows apparently decided to override my default settings for audio to start using Windows Media Player. Windows is a trashy software that just wants your attention by creating everything and then forces it on you because, you know, monopolistic practices. Love it. Ooh, that's good. Anyway. We're going to see if we can... I don't think we're going to finish this shot, but we're pretty close. Oh, no, we're doing...
Thanks very much. See you on Thursday. Right.
Oh, I like how she's kind of moving there, too.
See you on Thursday. you on Thursday. Right.
Yeah, I think we can do the
Thanks very much.
the lip sync, I think, for Applejack, and we can probably get Applejack mostly done. I think, oh no, come back. Okay, we have so many base ones to work from over here. Toxic sign. Oh yeah, that was there. We probably don't need that anymore. Let's get a new Applejack. How was everybody's, I was gonna say weekend, or week been, but it's only Tuesday. What am I search for Applejack? Yeah, how's your last 2 days been? I know Michael streamed last night. Seems like he had some technical difficulties though. I didn't ask him about it. There and there. That's too much Parker. Really wish there was a neutral button. There used to be a slider on the other ones that was just mouth neutral, and all it did really was remove the smile and just made it a straight face. So it was nice because if you wanted to make them not just smile all the time, just slide that slider all the way. Yeah, an interesting day today. I had multiple rungs of the leader chain. I had to work with like senior directors for stuff today, and did everything that they asked without the detail that I needed. So that was also kind of cool because it made me look good. I also had another meeting where I came in with, they were like, here's what we want to do, this, and this. And I then told them, yep, and I already have it ready to go. And all I had to do is hit this button because I knew that's what you'd say. And they're like, wow. And so today was a day of impressing people. It was a good day. All right, yeah, we gotta go back here. So lip sync. Shouldn't be too much.
Thanks very much.
So I'm going to, this is right by where they're talking. I'm gonna mute that. Yeah, actually wait, I shouldn't mute that. I should mute this. Yeah, mute track. It's a lot easier to remember because yeah, it's just boom. Oh, wait, did that? I didn't. All right, if you say mute track, it unchecks it. Okay, I just didn't unmute it. That's what it was. Okay. Doesn't feel nearly as good without the big thunk. Okay. Could probably be kind of lazy on this because I think most people are going to kind of miss most of the stuff going on. Okay, let's freeze up a little space. Probably don't need that there, so I'm going to give myself some more space there too. This needs to be extended.
Thanks very much.
So that's the I missed the old bit where closing mouth did more. Because now this opens the mouth, this opens the mouth. A lot of stuff opens the mouth, but not much brings it closer and tighter. A little bit with the mouth closed, but it's not actually that much. Probably a little bit more teeth. And a little less angry. No, a little more angry. Okay. That should be pretty good. This should be closed a bit more. This should be extended to here. There we go. Do this. More pucker at the beginning. Actually, can I just do... I'll see that. Okay, thanks. Thanks, very. Okay, so I still have to go forward. You can't do very from the back. You have to not. That's actually painful. So we'll do. We'll grab this, but then just make it a little bit more mouthy. Like little bottom curl. Wait, there's a. What's it called? B. Is this just a lip bite now? Yeah, it is, but like it just clips. Because it's a lot of like the bottom lip has to go up. But a lot of these, yeah, like that's way too much. I mean, I can go a little bit, but lip up. No, that's the opposite direction. Okay, I can do that, but then I have to reduce. I think that. Where did they go? I guess I didn't do it. Why does it look so goofy? Actually, I could probably just leave it like that and not care. That might work. Hello.
Looks like you're doing something adorable.
Anything horse is adorable, right?
Yeah, but she's got the bandana on, says extra adorable.
No, this is the model I loaded for lip syncing.
Hello. Oh, Matt, how about you? Oh, Scratch. How are y'all today? You here to look at that pony? But you can't be here to look at this guy. So how's it going?
Good.
You making the weird faces?
Kinda. Trying to figure out how to do vary in 4 frames.
Chad, I'm disappointed today. I got very disappointed today. I asked that Google AI system if there was a cure for being a brony, and it simply replied no. There's no cure. It said a bunch of other stuff, like being a brony isn't a disease, but that's not correct. Pretty sure it's a disease.
Oh yeah.
But there's no cure.
Wait, you're looking for a cure?
Yes.
Why?
I'm clearly afflicted.
Well, yeah. If there's anybody that's afflicted with the brony.
Yeah. No, it's pretty sure it's eating away my brain. So I need a cure.
Well, why are you trying to get a cure?
Kurt.
Yeah.
Well, because I could be like a normal boy again.
You could think about like all the like time making money and running businesses you could do if you just weren't a horse.
I'm just imagining suddenly I'm cured from being a brony, and I just look around me inside my room and go, what the hell is this? Where am I? It's coming out of like a 10-year stupor.
Like you had like you're the person that comes as your mother has just been perpetrating some amnesia dream that you've had for the past 20 years.
Yes.
And suddenly everything just clicks.
Oh no. You got food on your face. Get it? Got it.
Okay.
Just
Well.
sitting here with food on your face. Ugh. Nobody in chat even said anything. What are you guys doing?
They're quiet today.
Yeah, they said hello.
Usually when you pop in, they get a little louder. But even today, they're like, no,
No,
don't care about
they
Michael.
all died from the brony.
Michael, little time face.
Oh no! Look, it's making it worse. It's so cute. Nah, I think pony plushies have that same disease cats have, where it just makes you love cats. They just spread it. It's got a name. I can't remember the name of it. Have you been tested? The love cat parasite.
HIV?
I hope not that. What have you been doing to cats? Oh. Boy, oh boy, maybe chat's just broken.
Maybe.
Gotta check.
You never know. I've had it happen. Everything's fine.
Oh, bummer.
Everything's fine.
I've been much happier if it was broken. I had that happen yesterday. My whole screen went down. I didn't realize it for like a good 5 minutes.
Yeah, Nolan popped in once and she's like, yeah, like it went down. I'm like, did he say anything? He eventually just said, be right back.
Yeah, like I didn't realize for like a good 5 minutes because they were just going rip in chat. And I didn't know what that meant.
It's the universal stream down.
I guess I'm too old for that nonsense. Your acronyms.
Are you still in like the tubular days?
Oh, yeah, the Radical, Mondo, all those Super Mario levels. Yeah, I know how to get people to come back to chat. Wow, you're making that apple horse and that rainbow kiss smooch. You're just smooching this whole time. Crazy! Look how crazy smooching they're doing. It's madness.
Crazy smooching?
Crazy smooching.
What is crazy smooching?
You know, you're imagining it right now. It's impossible not to. Didn't work. Ooh. Got some good teeth. Nice brush.
She's a model.
Yeah, but she's a model who brushes. Have you ever seen?
No, she's a horse model, Michael. This is no, this is Applejack. I'm going for the country
She
collection.
got that country girl too. She's got what Rarity does not have.
Tact.
Like natural beauty.
Wow.
Rarity has to work at it.
Wait, without it, she's not.
Well, I mean,
You're saying the mare's not coot?
I'm just saying she really piles on the makeup, and the stallion still pass her up for Applejack.
Well, because they're like all into like the manly women.
Yes. He saw her like lift a boulder, and he was like, "My God."
Oh,
I
I bet
need
she
that.
could lift me. Maybe that's just what.
She could crush me if she wanted.
Maybe that's just what horses in Equestria are into. They're just into like being dominated.
Yeah, no, that's entirely possible. I believe it. Hey, Kite.
Hello, Kite.
Don't leave. That's what you need. You need desperation. Oh, hey, Matt. Have you heard that Netscape is back on the Chrome engine?
But then it's just Chrome with a different skin, which is the same as Edge, which is the same as Brave. Almost every browser out there is just Chrome, but with the something on top.
Like, I knew a couple people, older people who still use Netscape. 'Cause that's just what they all.
Well, they shouldn't, because I'm guessing it wasn't updated forever, and that
Yes.
means there's a ton of vulnerabilities.
Yeah,
You should not be using that. That's like,
they're old.
do not use XP. Never connect XP to the internet. Like there was, I think LTT did a thing where they plugged in XP, or was it Windows 2000, one of those computers, just into the internet, and it didn't take long for like just pings to come through for things to just, it didn't matter, just existing
Yeah,
was enough.
was enough.
Like our network alone has, I think, anywhere from 40 to 60 pings a day
Yeah,
of just random pings. And I get a log of it. And if I see a lot of the same ones, I just block the IP. And you don't need to. Technically, it's telling you because it knows that it's not threatening. And if they try to do something threatening, it would block that.
just all the stuff going to my computer from Brony Mate, just bombarding me.
Though I've told Adam, like, I don't know what Adam does, but every now and then, like every month or two, he'll have something on his that goes through, it says a Trojan.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, Adam, can you like check your computer runs something? He goes, yeah, I had no problems. It definitely says that something is like contacting you from outside from a illegitimate and known bad source. Can you please check your shit?
You gotta do a scan.
But I don't know if it's his phone. I think it was his phone.
Okay.
So like,
On it.
yeah, I don't know what he's doing.
Fun stuff.
Problem is, it's a little harder to protect stuff once it's in the network.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as it just doesn't do anything, but it does have me concerned.
Yeah, our computers always tell us when they get pinged by something from the outside. I'll let you know it stopped it, but
All right, I still got
hey,
one more.
Ah, thanks
we've
very much.
protected you again. Uh-huh.
See you on Thursday. Right.
He's doing a little dance.
Yeah, I forgot I gotta do the second part of the lip sync. Yeah.
I'm imagining she's just looking at Trixie like it's like Napoleon Dynamite, where he's like trying to impress the girl and he like does a really weird like half-effort dance, or he just basically just jarring in place. Look at me go! Like, Applejack.
Look at me go, eh? It's definitely her.
She's trying to impress Trixie. She just lost her mom, so she's really upset, and she's looking for a new girlfriend.
Michael.
I'll go fact. I don't like her face. No, little nose. Adorable. I have to give Nolan a ghost fact for that nose. It's possessed. It's got ghosts in it.
It's got a ghost in the nose.
Got a ghost in there. Pony snoots have ghosts in them. That's a ghost fact.
Pony snoots have ghosts in them.
Yeah.
A fake
No, real horses.
real horses have ghosts in their snoots.
Just their snoot.
What happens when they
separate
die?
from- Yeah, they're
Like when the horse dies.
Their snoot goes to a snoot heaven, and their horse goes elsewhere, but doesn't have a snoot. So
It just goes flat.
goes flat like a person's face.
Who in the universe thought I'm gonna make this creature? And its nose
Yeah,
special.
It's special. It's got its own. Ghost
So
in there.
what if the nose sinned but the horse didn't? Do they like go different
Like,
directions?
what did the nose do? The horse was not involved.
Illegitimate smell.
Oh no, it did the forbidden sniffs.
He knows what it did.
Sniffs.
Poke her in the eye. That's what the sin was.
On the snoot hell. I want to go to snoot hell. I want to see what
I'm
that's
gonna go-
like.
Hell sounds good now.
Just snoot hell. I'll be a demon down there, booping them till the end of time. It'd be great. Now you know the truth, Nolan. Snoot hell is a real place where snoots will go at the first sign of defiance. It must be booped. I gotta tell all you guys in chat, don't get older. Just stop it. This has been a public service announcement.
Wasn't that something you're just copying from something else recently?
What?
It's like don't get older.
I think I remember somebody else saying that, but I think I've been saying that for a while now.
Oh, I heard that just recently.
Oh,
Oh, it was in Disco Elysium.
Disco Elysium, yes.
Yeah, talking to that old lady.
The old lady. She's
Don't get old. You're a good age right now.
Don't do it. Do not recommend. Oh man, if I had a time machine, I wouldn't even want to see the future. I'm just gonna go back to the 90s and relive my childhood. You know what? Living in a palace at freaking like 50 is nowhere as good as living in like a trailer park in your teens. You're just gonna enjoy yourself more in that trailer park. Because you're a freaking teenager and the things don't hurt. I don't hug that horse. I feel like I've earned enough brony points to be allowed to hug that horse.
Sounds like a cult. Like, have I prayed enough yet? Can I drink the Kool-Aid?
Yes, drink the Kool-Aid and you will be in a horse land. With the horses, so you can hug them. This is why I need a cure for being a brony. Where I drink the horse Kool-Aid. Anybody in chat want to join the cult, the horse cult, where we drink the horse Kool-Aid so we can go hug horses? Starting a roster. We'll call it Pones Down. It'll be great. Let's drink the Kool-Aid and Pones Down. I don't know why, I wrote it in chat, but I've been thinking about like Ash in the bathtub with Pikachu. I was thinking how Pikachus were like self-cooking. Like you just put them inside of a pot of water, bounce it around a bunch, and they'll just cook themselves.
Pikachu's?
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
I
like throwing a
guess, but
toaster
that's
in
also
water
why.
because you want a quick meal. Obviously. I don't know how good they would taste.
Pikachu's? They're
Yeah.
basically rats.
Yeah. But so are rabbits, and rabbits taste okay. They're just fluffier rats that bounce around. You need to figure out what the Pikachu's diet is. If it's mostly like grass and stuff, probably good.
Poop.
They just eat shit all day.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Applejack.
They're obligate carnivores. They
Yeah.
just eat other Pikachus.
Ooh.
They don't know how the species survives when all they do is eat themselves.
At birth, the Pikachus have to fight for survival against.
I know, but how do you grow in mass if the only thing you eat is yourself?
Yeah, no, that's. I will be back. There's only one person that can possibly be.
It's Comcast.
Yes.
Okay, I think I'm done with that, so I can grab. All right. Oh, okay. No, actually, I'm not. There's a tongue part in there. Forgot about. Well, also. Probably should have the tongue just go down here because this is kind of weird. Right at the end here, technically, the tongue should kind of go up.
That was a very unexpected phone call.
Hmm.
That was my Aunt Patty in Maryland.
That wasn't who you thought it was.
No,
It was Comcast.
because she's never called me ever. But there are things going on right now, which is why she called. But
Logistics.
I just it hit me like how much she sounds like my mom. 'Cause
Yeah, I thought it was just because I could hear the voice over the phone a little bit, and I thought it was your mother.
I mean, they are sisters, so it makes sense that they sound very similar to one another. But it just struck me like over the phone, hearing her. I can tell, but it's slight.
I used-
in their voices.
I used to get it a lot where if people called the house, they thought it was my dad.
Yeah, you guys sound a lot alike.
Apparently.
I mean, when you live together long enough, you just. I guess.
Well, also, you know, there's the genetics part.
Yeah, there's that too.
I'm thinking that plays into it a little bit more, but
I don't know. I would think just sharing in the environment, especially from a young age, you would just pick up their mannerisms.
I hope not. My dad can be an asshole.
As far as speaking is concerned. Yeah, because when I was talking to my Aunt Patty, I don't think I've talked to her for. That's the first I've heard from her in probably 2 years. So. Really taking it back. There's reasons for it. My mom's trying to make plans. Like, we already had plans for this thing I'm going to. And then my mom started making other plans, and that's what that kind of was.
Well, it's such a short time frame, and everybody wants to do something, and so
Yeah.
and set stuff up, but then nobody communicates, which is not or if you have a bunch of people that normally are the people that like to set up, like with our group, there's only a couple people, if that are actually the ones that will set stuff up. So we don't usually have to worry about like conflicts if things come up. Kind of is all handled.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the problem is my mom sets things up, but then doesn't tell anyone.
That's what I was saying. Communication's a little rough. It should be that you gotta keep things well known, but that's actually really difficult because some people need to know certain bits of information different from somebody else. There's different mediums to contact people.
Yeah.
Communication to me when scheduling stuff was the worst part, but it's always the part people get wrong. So I always tried to make sure like somebody at work wanted to make a change to a system. Actually, I haven't done it yet. And they wanted to implement this new site into this system, and they're like, "Well, just do it. Just add us." I'm like, "No, like other people use that. I'm not going to go and add you until I've talked with them, because if I don't talk with them and then suddenly things change, they're going to be very angry because they're going to be like, wait, what happened to this and this and this?" And so I had to go down and have a meeting with them, and yes, they were not happy about it. Then I explained everything, and they're like, "Oh, it's okay." It just needed. It was. Communication is like in business and life, like it's just communication's key.
You have to give a little bit of leeway because it's a bunch of stuff where everybody's dropping everything over the period of a week and trying to get together.
I know, and that's chaos from having short term. But unless you have a central person that is going to designate it as the like person for all that, which is going to be impossible because there's too many directions with the stuff you're doing. It's always going to be a mess. But that's why project managers get paid as much as they do.
Yeah.
Trying to make sure that everybody knows everything and keep everything running and in their head of what's going on. That is a complicated job. It looks easy on paper, like, yeah, just make the schedule and stuff, but it's more of like you're trying to, you have a balloon that keeps having like bubbles pop out of it. You're constantly having to like smooth it out, and it's just coming over and you're constantly having to smooth it. If you stop for a moment, it just goes to chaos.
I'm also thinking of this woman because she thinks she needs to pick me up from the airport, but I thought my brother was going to pick me up from the airport. But now that I'm thinking about it, I'm pretty sure my Aunt Patty's like pushing 70, so I don't know if I really want to be in a car with her driving. I'm sure she does.
You drove a J.
Yeah, that is true. That's its own level of danger.
Thanks very much. That's all.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, from this angle, much doesn't work.
My mother was the baby. She is the youngest of all of her siblings. By quite a bit, actually. She was the late child. And she's 60. We're all getting older. It's crazy. I was actually thinking today about the story with my mom just letting the horse into the kitchen when we were younger. And I stopped myself and thought, you know, it was so long ago that she was roughly the age I am now, and she was just having the horse in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
I've had thoughts about that, like, too. Like, when I've seen... Well, my parents were about mid-30s, I think, when they had me. Because my dad's 70 now, and I'm 40, so it had to have been... yeah, they were, like, the 30. So, oh, no, a little later than 30, I think. So, it's... It wasn't that long. I would have been 10, so...
yeah. Hello, Soy Wolf.
Cheers, Soy. Today I had a really weird moment at work. There was a meeting I was supposed to go to, and I went to the meeting on Teams, and nobody showed up. And then I realized it was scheduled in person.
You had to run to work?
No, I was at work, but I have never had a meeting since COVID that was scheduled in person.
Oof.
So that was like the first time, and I'm like, so they popped into Teams, like I left and then I saw them pop in, so I popped in. I'm like, are you guys in a room, right? They're like, yeah. I'm like, oh, I'll run over there, which is the opposite corner of the entire building, which took me a couple minutes to run to. But I was like, I walked in there, I'm like, I haven't seen an in-person meeting scheduled in 2 years. And they're like, oh, yeah.
Just ran in there in your sweatpants, covered in...
No, I was still dressed for work, but... well, at least they don't have the dress policy used to be like business casual, but now it is dress for your day. So if you're going to be visiting with people that you need to impress and business casual appropriate, dress that way. But otherwise, you can wear jeans and stuff. I could wear a t-shirt if I wanted, but I don't. I still wear like a long sleeve shirt, something nicer.
I dress fancy every day.
You wear the same thing to work and not. It's always a button down, not tucked in.
Yeah. Tucking it in doesn't look good.
I don't usually admit it because I don't like to say it, but to anyone besides friends, but today's my birthday. Oh, happy birthday, Kite.
I hope you got some horse for your birthday. That's the best gift to get.
Yeah, I'm usually, I mean, other than with my 40th, I'm not big on that either. I won't tell people at work. I'll just, it's just a normal thing.
We had somebody with a birthday today at work, actually, so I got to go out to eat and drink some booze.
So it's Kite and their birthday.
Yeah. I suppose. Crazy.
Wait, do you work with Kite and they're just like, you just don't know it?
Unless Kite is Raph, and if you're Raph, we have some talking. We have some conversation to have.
Okay, good on that.
But I got 2 beers at work today because a free burger. There's this place up in Eden Prairie that's the Fat Tire. Pretty good food. Not the best in the world, but the tots were really good.
You're not overly picky though.
I'm not, but if I had to compare it to say Bombers, it was better than Bombers.
Well, Bombers it's just become shit.
Yes, it really has.
Most of Milwaukee's stuff has become not that great, except the breakfast places are still good, and
The markets was
the markets, the 3rd Street and the other market, all the like sit-down restaurants have all been crap,
yeah.
which is sad. The pizza place was good. I like the pizza.
Yeah.
I mean, it was nothing special, but we got it really quick. The price was right, and it was walkable distance, and it was a lot of good check boxes. You don't live in your state, like I said. I live in Southern Utah. I don't know. It could just be a long commute.
I liked. There's places there I like. Some of the places we did go to aren't great anymore. We had to find new places that are good, and it is a different environment at those places. It's the more open air, like bunch of tiny stalls kind of places, and then you go sit down and eat your food. Food courts, I guess, is the best way to describe it. They have good food courts.
Essentially, yeah. I guess that's one way to put it. And even 3rd Street, I think, has some good places, some not so good places. It's just convenient, close, and nice just for group stuff.
I enjoyed it. What I got was pretty good.
But the market was really good. I really liked that
Fresh
one.
fish is hard to find. I had fresh fish. Like, not frozen. And you can tell, because if you freeze fish, it's still fine. It's just going to be rubbery. So getting actual fresh, non-rubbery fish is pretty good.
Somebody might know. Is Arcane out now?
Season 2?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I
don't think so. I would have heard something.
I think it was because like Discord's doing an event thing, and I thought I saw something else about Arcane.
First episode.
They're not doing it all at once.
No, they're not. Yeah, it actually started this month. They're on episode 7.
Oh, really?
So it's not done, but they got the first 7 episodes out already. And they're not releasing them all at once, but it's 3 episodes on the 9th, 3 episodes on the 16th, and then 1 new episode on the 23rd.
Are we sure that there's more coming?
I don't know. That might be everything.
Maybe. Because that's what they did before. They did 3, 3, and 3 last time.
Mm-hmm.
I have to watch that. One of the few things on Netflix I actually care about.
Yes. I don't know if we have access to a Netflix account, though.
There's ways.
Magical wizard ways.
Oh yeah, now I know why I was working to animate her. Because I wanted to try to get it with the impact, but I might... Yeah. I might just ignore it for now because technically I don't really need to deal with it.
No. Birthdays can be fun, especially when you're younger. I think birthdays stop being fun once you leave your 20s. And then they get kind of like...
Yeah, I would say after 21, maybe for early 20s for a little while. Yeah, it eventually just becomes that the 10s are fun. Because then it's just, you get the big number change. But after that, other than that, no. It's like, when I was 38, 39, I'm like, eh. Because when you turn 38, you're like 2 from 40, and then when you turn 39, it's 1 from 40. So you didn't care about those numbers; you cared about the one coming up. So yeah, but 40 was fun. So
no.
Hmm?
Not fun.
No, the party.
I don't
Like I
want
had
it.
fun
The
with
party
like
was fun.
getting a lot of people talking and
Was-
hearing.
It was fun because I wasn't the one turning 40.
And a lot of I'm not one for gifts. Like I don't
You got lots of gifts.
don't care. I'd rather just not get anything because I'm not good with showing appreciation.
If we don't give you gifts, what are we gonna bury you with? It was your 40th.
Bury me with my plushies. No, but the people that did bring stuff, it was actually all like cool stuff. It ended up being that people just are like, you're 40 now, so let's give you things for booze, cigars, booze.
They're just trying to kill you fast.
And yeah, like one of the ladies gave me like a cigar cutter, a couple cigars, a smoking it's a set. I want to still try it where you can smoke an alcohol, so you can take a scotch or a whiskey, say probably more of a whiskey, and smoke it to add. It'll actually bubble smoke through it.
How good
And
that would taste, though.
and like 5 or 6 like small bottles of whiskey stuff. Another one gave me a full mixer set, which I had one, but it was all just in a box. This one actually has a nice display, and I really like it. And then somebody else gave me a bottle of amaretto, which amaretto sours are always great. I'm trying to remember what else I got. I know I got some other stuff.
I just keep thinking of that smoker, and you don't like booze that where it's aged in a barrel, generally.
But
And that's what it's going to taste like, just on crack.
yeah, but if I like that idea for having it like smoked on the spot.
Yeah.
And also it's not just smoke. They're all different, like apple smoke.
Yeah, it's applewood.
Yeah, there's applewood, but there's a couple different kinds.
It's all wood.
Yeah, it's also wood smell, but they all give different flavors, not just wood.
I guess.
And I like barrel aged drinks. It just tends to be that most of the barrel aged ones are imperial.
Well, when I think barrel aged, I think whiskey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I like.
You don't have an imperial whiskey. You just have whiskey.
No, but I would drink whiskey cokes.
Yeah, I'm just saying you don't like the barrel aged stuff generally. You've told me this.
No, I like Canadian ones. That's why the barrel aged stuff that you get is bourbons and other things.
Yeah.
I tend to stick with Canadians, but I like Scotch.
Okay.
So Scotch and a cigar go so well together.
Mm. Anyone still in chat want to talk about their weekend? Because I want to hear about it. This is a talk radio show now. Ignore
Wait,
him.
they didn't tell you yesterday?
Tell me what yesterday. People have lives every day. Something could have changed. Something new, something exciting. Like Kite, who had a birthday. Is everybody just too busy staring at that apple horse? All I see is Trixie whipping her. That pipe.
I turned off the metal sound because it was a little annoying having to listen to it with this. I need it for timing, but I don't want to listen to the loud version.
See, my headcanon was always that Applejack's mom died in a fire. But you're just animating what is essentially your headcanon now.
No, this I think was your idea.
No, this was Jay's idea. If we
No,
really take it back.
I don't think it was Jay's idea.
Yeah.
Generally, no, it wasn't. Generally, most anthology ideas for I think 5 and 6 were all Jay's ideas, and I did them. But
yeah,
or not Jay's ideas, or it was either Jay's idea or Jay's inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
Like the whole sci-fi thing was me, but I only used that audio because Jay was going to use it, and then he didn't, so I had it and I made something from it. So.
I just offered thoughts as to who should be where.
You just want smooches.
Yes. And so when are you going to do like something from The Princess Bride? You know, the smoochy parts. That would actually kind of be fun. You could lead up to the smooching, then you have the grandpa cut off the smooching. And everybody in the crowd for anthology would get so depressed that the smooching didn't happen.
No, they would just be
It's like when you get
laughing
older,
because
you're
that's
gonna-
the point.
It's like, when you get older, you're going to enjoy the smooching part.
Oh yeah, I forgot Princess Bride. They have the story being read to the guy from Boy Meets World.
No, the Boy Meets World. It's the Wonder Years. It's the boy from Wonder Years.
Yes. Okay. Yep. They kind of look the same. A little bit.
A little bit. I like Fallout London. It's they definitely are leaning into the whole supply shortages in England, which I like. It's fun. It's kind of a fun mechanic. You don't get new guns. You focus on upgrading your existing guns. Like you only get one pistol because England isn't littered with guns. You find a pistol, and then instead of just like dropping it and finding another one and being like, oh, it's more about taking that crappy pistol you got and turning it into a better pistol.
That's a lot of mechanics and thought they had to put into it to do that.
A lot of those mechanics were already in the game.
I know, but they have to make it useful and fun. They'd have to expand on it significantly.
Yeah.
So is it just is it an actual gun, or is it like
the only one I have right now is like a crude pistol, something somebody fashioned together.
So there is other weapons, but they're very rare.
Yeah. Like I found a bunch of there was this group, I think, that had some guns, but they're really shitty guns. But they're like the militia of that world. No, there's no mass-produced guns, at least not readily available to anyone, except I think the military.
You got to get a whiz-banger.
Like I'm pretty sure the military had actual firearms, but even they only controlled small areas.
It would make sense that they had the whiz-banger.
The whiz-banger?
You seen those?
No.
Somebody had a thing on Twitter about it, and it's a fun weapon. Yeah, whiz-banger. Well, that's other stuff. Whiz-banger is a weapon that is just a bullet held down by clamps, and then you have a mallet, and you hit the end of it, so it triggers the bullet, and it shoots it out the end.
That would veer in a crazy direction.
Oh yeah, it's not good in any way, but that's what's fun about it. Somebody made a 3D printed, I love that they got the scopes and stuff for it too, but somebody made a 3D printed version of it that has a little spark thing on the inside, so that by pressure it'll actually shoot the end out. And it's actually pretty cool. But yeah, it's I think I read about it. It was a infamous meme gun that was originally created on the now defunct website Pimp My Gun. But yeah, insert a 50 cal bullet, grab your hammer, aim at the intended target, hit the firing pin, remove empty cartridge. And you can, and I love how it says, grab a tackle hammer or any other physical objects, even another gun. Whiz-banger can be fired by shooting the firing pin with another firearm.
No, but to get back to your question, I like it. I do like some of the mechanics. The whole shortage thing, really forcing you to lean into the crafting of your own stim packs, crafting of your own right-away. Like you can find some stuff, but for the most part, if you want something, you either have to pay an exorbitant amount for it at like a doctor's office, like one right-away. Like I've only ever had maybe the maximum in the 6 hours I've played, 150 tickets, which is that world's money. One right-away is 256 tickets. Just to buy one. Because they are rare and they're desperately needed. But the Thames is radioactive as all heck.
Oh, so it's like the real Thames.
Yeah.
Because as far as I'm aware, the Thames throughout history
had a problem. Yes.
Has been a big problem. Was it like it took years and years to figure out that them just taking a crap in the river was a problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it's pretty funny.
Fall London is interesting because it's not, for England it wasn't the end. For the United States it was, but for England it was not.
Well, it still looks rough. They still got nuked, right?
Yeah, they still got nuked. But the big difference is the government survived. Not just barely, but it is still functioning.
Because they didn't get hit probably nearly as hard as the U.S. did.
Yeah.
Because the U.S. was in direct conflict and is what started it. Everybody else, you're going to be, even if there's two nuclear powers that just annihilated each other, the nuclear winter that would follow would affect everybody.
Yeah.
But if they didn't have nukes dropped everywhere, yeah, they could do pretty good.
Like the Thames is crazy radioactive. Most of London is standing, although it's kind of dilapidated. It looks like it got hit by more conventional weapons. It's not good, but the big difference is the British government did survive. They are not doing great, as far as you can tell. But they do control most of London still, and they are wearing the British flag on their shoulders. And there's still a parliament and everything, and so there's still a queen. Apparently,
Guessing a different queen.
well, yeah, but she is still. The
She
queen
survived
of
forever.
England. So when you like go into buildings, chances are, if it's a factory, it's still functioning. It's still acting as a factory. There are people in it who are doing a job. And then there are other places that are kind of abandoned that you can still explore, but there are places that are just like functioning businesses.
So it's not just here's Fallout, but in London. This is not, and not even just a mod. It feels like a whole different take. Not even take, but they're doing justice to the lore.
Yeah,
Which is, to me, that's your number one priority.
It kind of is, yeah.
So even if it's kind of jank in some places, that's at least good. Because I would tell you, if it would have had like perfect everything else, the game was great, but it involved the lore, you would hate it.
Yeah.
So much.
If it messes with the lore. It doesn't mess with the lore. It shows a nation that's government stayed functioning, but it's very much on the edge of collapse. But it's 100 years after the bombs fell. You kind of get this implication that there is this gentry of people who are better off than... It very much feels like Victorian England. I think that's kind of what they're basing it on. Where there's the wealthy who live pretty okay, and then the working class who are basically just...
But that's just normal.
Dead by 25.
Oh, that level.
Yeah, it's Victorian.
What are you talking about? That was like America in the like 20s.
Yes, but Victorian England is pretty notorious for it. That's where you get like the Tiny Tims. But it's a lot of that. So there's just a lot of gangs, and there's just some uprisings and civil unrest. Like it's basically said that in the game, I haven't gotten very far, but there's a group of primarily Irish descendants who are ready to overthrow the English government and have the manpower to maybe do it. So it's interesting. It's a different take on the same world in a different place. Like, they're in no condition to help the United States. But
Nobody in the world is probably in any condition to help each other.
yeah.
I would really like to see a game come out from the Chinese perspective.
Yeah.
Like from that side, because I like that they put the little robots in 76. Like eventually those probably would have died and batteries, died in the real universe. But by the time the 200 years hit later, 76 makes sense. But it would be neat to see it from that other perspective.
I think the closest you get is in Fallout 4 with the submarine.
Yeah, that's a little bit. But that would also be a really difficult game, because to do it justice, it also means that most of the game would be understandable. You would have to have it like subtitled fully to some degree. You could probably run into like American spies that were there and maybe still like made a colony and survived. Plus there would be no vaults, I'm guessing. Unless, did China have some type of vault?
I don't know.
They might have.
London did not.
Yeah. Which kind of is sad, because one of the best parts about all of Fallout is the vaults.
Yeah.
And because it feels like you're walking into different universes and different types of horror that was before the bombs dropped.
Like, there were bomb shelters in London, and there was actually some advertisements for them, but they were nothing to the extent of the vaults. They were basically you'll survive the bomb if it falls, but this is not a permanent location to stay kind of places. So that's why there's people alive. And it's I think it's more or less implied that the biggest problem was just I read there's a plane that's just going down because of EMP from a nuclear blast. This is how you know at least a nuclear bomb went off somewhere.
Well, yeah, well, the EMP on the ground though isn't as bad as if I remember if it's done in like space. I don't know if anywhere exploded there. That's like probably the biggest tactical advantage of nukes right now. If you drop them on the ground, people will hate you. If you explode it in the air, the EMP is crazy.
Yeah,
it's kind of nuts what you could the EMP blast. I think I've read some books that they did take advantage of that by putting nukes in, launching a nuke in space just for the purpose of EMP.
Yeah. No, I am enjoying the lore of Fallout London. It's definitely a different feel overall because again, you're not looking at what went wrong. In Fallout London, you're kind of looking at, okay, this went wrong, but some things went better than in the US. The US got absolutely destroyed.
Well, yeah, it didn't have corporations trying to take advantage of the situation, and
yeah, like England didn't have any. If anything, from some of the things I read after the annexation of London, England was pissed at the United States. They cut ties, started grounding their airplanes and stuff. Like England did not like what was going on in the United States. Like, you know, like right now.
But the thing is, like, annexation's bad, but at the same time, if America went into Canada, they'd be like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, sorry. Let me yeah.
Well, let me give you your gun right there. Here's my gun. Don't shoot. We got moose season coming.
They killed so many Canadians. The U.S. government did. The feet are weird.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Like the whole first game, like in the very first Fallout, there's the opening animation just straight up shows U.S. soldiers shooting Canadian citizens in the head. Stop any uprisings. And I think the founder, or not the founder, the current owner of Fallout something, said something along the lines that one of those soldiers was the main character from Fallout 4. And then he had to retract it because people didn't like the idea of the main character in Fallout 4 being a war criminal. So he's like, no, it was someone like him, it wasn't him.
Okay, I kind of got. I think it's from here.
Trying to figure out the way to feet.
To here. I think I just need to bend these, and that will sort of fix it, and then I can just do something else to fix it fully.
I always kind of imagine that in some areas of the world that didn't get bombed, because there were some, primarily in Africa, that the governments would have maintained. I mean, they still would have been dealing with the nuclear winter and the famine and stuff, but I could see the governments not collapsing.
But how many of those nations were accustomed to, well, I mean, I don't know what that universe was like, but accustomed to various aid that came from other parts of the world?
Probably, fairly.
Yeah,
like they would have been in hurt too, just from the nuclear winter.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah. No, I'm enjoying it. I hope that answers your question.
What, I am a grand math wizard, Akira, who will be well known in all Twitch chats. I challenge you to the question, pray tell, what is 10 to the third plus 4? That's 10 times 10 times 10, which is 1,000, so it's 1,004. If I'm seeing that's a 3, I mean, it's a very small number.
Even with my glasses, I cannot see from here. That tiny 3. Is it a 3? Feels it.
I'm a smart cookie.
Yeah, cookie.
Well, thank you for the bets. I guess I got it right.
Dorby got to play a piano.
That's a math challenge. Is that how many people get that right? Because I feel like
It's not a hard one.
most people should get that right.
Yeah, but not every. Some people have not been back to high school in a while.
Yeah, you got to get people with the order of operations.
No, don't be like making it impossible now.
You got to put it like 4 + 3 × 2. You're gonna get so many people with it wrong. But thank you very much, King.
Friendship and Applejack. See, but now you just gave bits to a brony chat, so you're brony now. You can't shake free. I looked that up on the internet.
sure.
There's no cure.
You played the piano for it.
Yeah.
It's a mixed bag. Some give up immediately the moment they see 3, and some get it in seconds. All right, yeah, I can understand that, but at the same time, well, I guess that's the fun thing about it is it's not hard, but that 3 definitely makes you think for a sec. And also sometimes the easier the question, you think there's a catch, and so you'll get it wrong just because you think that you're missing something.
Yeah.
Like I actually, because I'm not wearing my glasses, I could have thought that was the division symbol and got it wrong or something. Because it's like that big on the screen.
It is tiny. I had to lean in to see it.
I didn't realize I gotta fix her hooves on this.
Yeah. So I guess I'm gonna go give math to other Twitch chats. Take the power.
You gotta
of
get
with
like
you.
3 levels of questions. Like
What? It's your quest.
like one of my favorites was on Murder Party. There's the question that'll come up that says like do math, and it'll say like 10 - 4, and then you're supposed to put that 6 is the answer, but it does a lot of like plus negatives and stuff trying to confuse you. But if you have that one hat, I think the dad hat or something, it will mess with the numbers and it will give you like 472,000 blah 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 plus blah 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 blah, and it's like there's no way you can do the math fast enough to beat anybody. But the cheat with it is if you see something like 10,000 something in 3 and then 500,000 in 4, you see 3 and 4, so you know that the number has to have a 7 at the end. So literally you can cheat by just looking at the very first digit number. And I was able to almost win even though I had enormous numbers. It was cheating. Brother, I am a Discord fan through since Discord isn't a pony, I'm not sure if I can count as a brony, but I will not deny allegiance.
He got pony in him.
The Discord is good. I thought you meant Discord like the chat program at first.
If you watch the show long enough, you find out he has his pony on him too. So, I got another ghost fact. Here's your ghost fact. Ghosts are all diabetic. All of them.
Oh, vodka. I haven't seen you in a bit.
You can't eat sugar once you're dead. You'll get double dead, and you'll die of ghost diabetes. Yeah, you don't want that. That's why ghosts don't eat. They just don't eat. It's just safer. Hello, vodka. Frosty vodka. Been a bit. It has been a bit.
That's what I said.
Discord. I'm howling at the moon. Like, no. Even years later, that song is forbidden.
So it's got a little wobble, but you just take all these 3 and you do it from here to here. Smooth.
Nope.
Yeah, no, it looks
I'm
pretty
boring
good.
now.
Now her leg stays still. That one, I gotta actually go through all the legs. Look at this leg.
That part
Slides
sucks.
all over. I would say I'm a
Amalgamation.
amalgamation-y. Thank you for the follow too, little loser latte. Thank you very much. What is that's a word? See, you're throwing math and you're throwing like big words.
Mango.
Well, I'm not really liking how that hoof slides there, but I don't care enough.
Touching hooves.
Okay, so now I'll do this hoof. Well, it's amazing how much better everything looks when they don't slide. That'd be left foot. So it lands.
New people. I enjoy seeing new faces.
Let's
And
see, it's the end we're gonna make it lock with. And there. Looks like it should, yeah, it looks like it should be locked there too. And there, and there. And we will do...
I think one thing I have at work, and I've had that at every job, where my boss will be like, but for the math question, like, what is, like, 4 times 7 times 6? What is that? And then just look at me like I'm gonna be able to, like, just figure that out in my head on the spot.
Phil, I have a job to do. Math waits for man. Waits for man? I'm gonna guess... Waits for man, but not for wizards. Okay, I've got like all right. Well, thank you for popping in. Thank you for the bits, and have a good one.
Yes. Bring
good
more
luck
for Derpy. She's very hungry.
Yes, hello, little loser latte. That's a very bouncy cat. Chat is small.
It's small.
Wait, can I make that bigger?
Why don't you make it bigger?
I can.
So you can see the cat.
I can see thing. Oh, that's too big. Oh, okay, that's actually this is the best size I can do for seeing text. Oh, actually, wait. I can just slide this over a little bit. There we go. Now I can make it a little bigger.
Why don't you have the text on screen?
Why?
So that people can see when they chat.
Why?
Because people like seeing when they chat.
Where?
On the screen.
Where on screen?
Just make it invisible.
Make it invisible?
Everything but the chat.
No, I can't put in there because there's, at least when doing SFM, it's already covered in different things. And a lot of people, I mean, if you want, I can get rid of the derpy.
No.
No,
it's important.
I thought about doing that before, but unless I shrink it down, which then makes it hard to see things I'm doing, and some people want to see what I'm doing in detail, it just doesn't make sense, so I never did.
Okay. Sunset.
I was saying something before, but I forgot.
You got your brain's too mathed up now. This randomly looked down at my phone to see a comic of AJ ripping off Applejack's tail. And it reminded me of your Pooper video. You gotta be ripping off Rainbow Dash's tail. Ugh.
Thanks very much. Thanks very much.
She her hoof kind of just jumps there. I think I might have made that a little bit much of a rush. I think I'm gonna around
It's
that.
like two characters walking past each other like this feels like an anime opening. Like they're gonna walk past each other, then do a spin, look back at each other, and then some cool anime stuff will happen.
I think it's this I have to do.
So all these new people in chat, how's your week been? I wanna know people's week. It's only Tuesday, right?
I know. I almost asked like how their weeks was. Not is.
Still, the week continues and it has happened.
Today was a very good. I had a very good day at work, but it was a very busy day at work. I got to impress some very big some people in ways that I've gotten very good at knowing how to impress people when it comes to doing tech stuff. And like I got some very big kudos because they're like, how'd you know what we wanted? I'm like, I don't know, maybe because you always ask for the same things. But yeah, I got a senior director gave some very vague things. And I did exactly what I knew he was going to want. And then he was like, that's exactly what I wanted. Perfect. And then something else was, they were going to go to the meeting to talk about what they wanted to implement. And then they talked about it, but I already knew what they're going to want. So I built the whole thing and then just put it in development. And then I basically just sat there and I was like, they're like, okay, can you do that? I'm like, yep. And just give me the okay. And I'll click that button and you have it. And they're like, oh, it was a very good day. Made myself look good. But we got raises coming up in like 2 months. So I want to look really good. 3 months.
I got my Christmas bonus today. That's cool. I didn't get one last year, so happy.
We did get our announcement for our Christmas party.
Oh boy!
Now, so I'm looking forward to that. Our Christmas parties are actually pretty cool. They give they usually have everybody in our company in the area come in. That's usually about 1,000 people into a giant hall, and they have they talk about the year. They talk about how things went, what percentage of bonus we'll get, because you can get up to 200%. I think this year we're probably at the 200%. They have entertainment. They usually bring in some like guy that was on TV or something that did comedy or something and has a fun show. It's usually pretty entertaining. And then they do a big dinner, which has like all you can eat of stuff, like everything. It's like prime rib and stuff, very good food. But then they do a giveaway, and they give away enough stuff that your chances of winning is probably 30 or 40%. It's actually pretty good. I won an iPad one year, but I didn't want an iPad. So I checked with my one sister to see if any of her kids needed one, but they all got some for school, but she needed one she did as a jewelry business. And so she ended up taking it. Kyle won a Roku last year.
Most TVs come with that installed now. Most televisions come with that functionality installed now.
Yeah.
That's still cool.
Well, it's not like I mean, that's what was given out. That's the cheap one. The iPad was actually like, it wasn't one of the ones with like a ton of storage. I think it was a 128 or something, but it was exactly what my sister needed, so it worked out really well for that.
I told this story before, but I'll just tell it again because it's relevant. We had the abridged version. We had one employee at my previous job who, for 2 years in a row, because what they did every year for our Christmas party was give out gifts, but they were random gifts. You took a number. The number was in relation to one of the gifts, and you got your gift, you unwrapped it. And it was of various things. Some of it would be like there'd be a really good gift, there'd be a bunch of medium gifts, but every year there'd be one gift that was a joke gift that somebody would get and go, oh, I got the joke gift. This one employee got the joke gift 2 years in a row. One year was a bunch of bottles of ketchup. Another year it was a bunch of ramen. And I think the second year he got the joke gift in a row, he actually threw a fit. Like,
I would
fit.
I kind of would too. Because it's one thing if it's a joke one time, but then it becomes a recurrence. It feels like you're being targeted.
And I think,
so,
keep in mind, it's when it was like the newer console. Somebody got a Wii. Somebody got a new television. These were nicer gifts. And this guy got bottles of ketchup and ramen 2 years in a row. He threw a fit, and after that year, they didn't do it again. They just started giving out gift cards. But
yeah, they do. Like when I worked in medical, they used to do something similar with the big giveaway thing. But then one of the last years before I quit, they had the big party and everybody's waiting for the giveaway. And then at the end, they realized that they weren't nobody was happy because they realized there wasn't going to be any giveaways, even though they'd done it every year beforehand and they thought the company was doing good, but apparently it wasn't. So they weren't going to do these big giveaways. And then at the very end, they decided to give away 2 plane tickets that I think they just on the spot figured out to do. And then they just did it. But my current place, no, it's every year they've been doing it. But yeah, they do like 55-inch TVs are usually towards the end. They usually give away a couple PlayStations, sound bar systems, couple laptops, iPads, Rokus. Just they basically go to Best Buy and they literally just say, "Give us everything." Argy, do you have a company store you can buy stuff with company achievement credit cash? No. because I know people that have stuff like that, and that's stupid. We can get random bonuses. Any manager can recommend anybody for a bonus. Every department is given like an allotment of money to give out. So like I actually just got one recently for a big thing I did. And it's all cash. So it's just, it's usually in certain increments. And I think I've gotten it 4 or 5 times I've been there. And this is separate from the regular bonus that they give, in which the regular bonus isn't huge either. It's not like 7 or 8 grand. It's a lot less than that, but still it's free money. They have a company store you can go buy merch from, but it's they'll take the money out of your check if you buy something on there, but they take it before tax. So it means technically it's even cheaper than the cost that it says because it's before tax. But they also say through my work to not wear our company logo in public. So I don't know what the purpose of buying it is.
In my pocket.
But no, they don't have a store, which is fine. I don't like stores like that. I know somebody that has that and they just build up credits over time and then to buy things, but then just money works too. Just give money. The call center I worked at a company store, our lady kept getting so much credit. She bought everything a bunch of times over. She bought me a really nice watch that gave my mom for Christmas. Yeah, like some of that stuff can be nice, but what's better is money. Because it feels like it's script. It is literal script, and it makes no sense. I don't get it. They do the thing of like if you have a 5-year thing, they'll give you a booklet and say like pick an item and we'll send it to you, and they're all crap items. That I think is stupid. But what do you do?
I'm afraid
that's
I've
pretty standard practice.
Devolved due to my condition of horse. The only thing I really care for as far as gifts are concerned at this point is horse crap, and everything has been filed into two categories: horse crap and not horse crap. So.
Yeah, it is water time. Actually, I've only had one drink. I haven't got a second yet.
I think my mother has picked up on this, and she always buys me some horse gift for the holidays now.
If I were to ask you which was your favorite gift I ever gave you, I bet you I know which one it is.
Is it the body pillow?
No, because that was a group thing.
Oh, okay, so that wasn't just you. I'm gonna get in trouble if I don't remember. Oh yeah, the big derpy.
Yeah, it was the big derpy.
The big derpy.
Because it was horse.
Yeah, this is good. She sits up my counter or bookshelf.
Counter?
Bookshelf. And she's got like a little cat toy that she's holding on to. Got a little kitty. It's cute. And she just sits up there and watches me on my computer.
Thanks very much. Thanks very much. See you.
He's got a rainbow dash I gave him in turn, and it sits on the ottoman out there.
This one, I thought.
He's also got some pony plushies. He's locked in a cage in the storage room. So, pretty evil.
I thought this one was originally
I see them in there.
gonna be in. Maybe not that in. It's closer.
There's at least one plush in that cage that I know I gave you as a gift.
The pirate one?
The pirate one I gave you as a gift, and the one with the socks, the rainbow socks.
Those were such like weird Chinese jank.
Chinese jank's the best kind of stuff.
It was so bad. Like their legs are twice. They look like they're giraffes or something, but on their legs.
I'm gonna go grab it. I know exactly where it is.
I know where it is too.
I won't get it. It's not
No.
Jank. I'm gonna show him.
No, I'm digging through my boxes. You don't know which box it is.
I know exactly.
Tell me how many boxes you open when you get over there. I'm on a before the branch business got hit by budget cuts, we got all kinds of free stuff. They had drawings for stuff like computers, game consoles, phones, flat screen TVs, iPods, etc. I won a TV, 2 iPods, a box of hot chocolates in 1 year. That's quite nice. The 1 year, like the last company I was at, had they did the big giveaway thing, which was nice. But then they also had a fun thing where you would get like a couple tickets to bid on things, and they had jars, and they were all like $100 packages, and so you could throw a ticket in to get pulled for a brand to, you know, they'd pull somebody to win it, but you could wait towards the end and see which ones filled up with the most tickets and then put it in the one with the better chance. But then it ended up being the ones that maybe less people, like the ones with lottery tickets, people dumped in right away. But then there was one for like coffee and cookies and stuff. So
You think I don't have a mental note of where every horse in this house
I don't know
is?
about that. I think you just smell her.
I smell you right now. Look at her. She's adorable. She's got the socks. And she's a
One
little
of them coming off full, but
she's a little off.
Mood. Get your socks back
She's
on.
got her hair in a ponytail. Like, that's cute for Rainbow.
She does?
No.
Oh, she does. Okay.
Like, this is a rare collectible. Very few of these exist. I haven't seen them on the internet. It's got a tag. Yeah.
Rare collectible.
It is a rare collect. Look, have you seen any of these?
I don't go Googling for them.
This is rare.
Her socks are coming off and you just don't care. She got
Maybe I
cold
do,
hoosies.
and I'm wanting them to come off.
Like, she needs to get your socks back on, Rainbow.
Oh, that's cute. He's dressing his horse.
There.
He keeps this one locked in a box. Doesn't even get to come out. It's so sad.
She's just a blow it, like,
Yes. So excited. I didn't kidnap her. She's
Michael
enjoying,
kidnaps. He more like reverse kidnapped.
She's enjoying her day outside the box. She got big poofy
Enjoying her
ears.
day outside the box.
The box. She can almost stand. Let's see. There she goes. See, she's standing on her own. That's a pretty good plush, if you ask me. See, chat? No hands. She's doing it on her. She's doing it. She's doing it.
I believe in her.
You're gonna boop her. Boop, 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 boop. And she didn't fall over.
Thank you for the follow, Strawberry Mint Kitty.
I've never even heard of this, where this is from.
Apparently you want more hoof shake horse.
This was like a blip on the internet. I think there was a similar blip that I almost bought one at the charity auction. I really want. I like put it on. It was like available to everybody for like $25. I put it on my like. Our family does like a. I wanted to buy it. It was almost Christmas,
Thanks very much.
so I put off buying it and put it on my wish list on the Secret Santa thing that our family does, hoping somebody would buy. Just go and get it for Christmas. Nobody did. And then by the time I got around to try to get it for myself, it was gone. But then I saw, like, it's like a little male mare derby at a charity auction once, but I came so close to buying it, but they wanted like $200 for it. It's like, jeez, it was $25 retail.
That's the thing about hard to find stuff.
But this one would, this one's pretty unique. I have not seen others like this. He's definitely the wrong shade of blue, but he's cute.
Okay, so there's definitely a break in here from here to I think here. It gets a little wonky, but it's behind camera, so I don't care. I just want to. Actually, that reminds me. I got a special package today. I already told Michael about this.
Yeah.
For fans of The Expanse. Has anybody seen The Expanse? Know The Expanse? I have like it's right there. It's the I think I'm pointing at, or is I pointing at the hat? No, I'm pointing at this is the Rocinante from there. I got that from a Kickstarter a couple years ago, but They did the Dragon Tooth, they called it. It's a comic that covers the time from the end of the TV series, which is book 6 or season 6, to the beginning of book 7. And over the last like year and a half or so, they've been making the comics. And today, I didn't even know it was coming, was the last third one. I already got the first 2, and it's a hardcover comic. And they sent this really nice hardwood, I mean, it's cardboard technically, but it's a really, really nice done container for all the books. It has an actual slide for each of the books, and then that all goes in one much larger container thing. Really, really cool. I got some patches that were really cool. A little Expanse coin, a beanie. There's the rolled up poster. I got to figure out what that is yet. I thought there was something else. Because there's one really cool thing I want to say for last, but I thought there was something else. Anyway, 3, they're really like cool, shiny bookmarks. I was looking for some new ones anyway, so that's perfect. But the one that's really cool is they have a poster with the 3 main characters, not Alex because of he got ousted from the show for allegations, and but the 3 main characters, Amos, Holden, and Naomi, but it also is signed by all 3 actors, so it's legitimately a signed poster with all 3 of the main actors from The Expanse. So I completely forgot what level I bought into, apparently one of the better ones, and that was really cool. I got to get a frame for that because I'm really happy about that, and it just came today, so it made my day. That was really cool.
So I did find this plush, kind of, on a site in India. They were out of stock, and that's the only like sign of this plush that I've seen on the internet.
Hey, Michael.
Mm-hmm.
Move Rainbow Dash a little bit, little camera, and then do the little hoof kiki thing. There we go. She's beating up Michael.
Oh, he's rude.
Oh, she got a rib. There we go. Have I played the Telltale Expanse game? Not yet. I'm currently playing Final Fantasy 16, which is a pretty big story-driven game. I might do that one next. I did see that they have the Humble Bundle pack. You can get Wolf Among Us, The Expanse, and all of the Walking Dead.
Okay.
And I think one other, or a couple others, but those are the main 3 for like $8.
The Walking Dead series was better than the actual series.
Yeah, the Walking Dead Telltale series and Wolf Among Us are all very, very good Telltale games. Yeah. But it came with the Expanse one. But yeah, I haven't played it yet. That follows. Oh, it tipped my tongue.
Billy?
No.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. I think. I can't remember her name.
It's literally the tip of my tongue. I can't remember it.
She's kind of the main character of the show, dude.
No, she's not. She becomes more of a main character-ish later, but and she's even more just by seeing her.
Isn't she the woman on the wall in that picture you have?
No.
Being blasted out into space. Is that who I'm thinking of? That's because that's who I'm thinking.
Kamina Drummer. I was thinking it is Drummer that I was trying to think of.
Yeah, that is her.
No. The person on the wall, the one of hers going backwards, right. That's the lady at the beginning.
I remember what Drummer is now, yeah.
Yeah, Drummer's in the series she becomes super important because she basically runs the trade union that is the Belters end up running or created. Holden was the one that was put in place by Earth, saying what Earth wants somebody that they know can't really control, but at least somebody that everybody can agree with. And the day that he accepted it, he stepped down and put her in charge. Mm-hmm. Like that, because he didn't want it, but also he knew that he wasn't the one for the job, so he gave it to an actual Belter, and Earth was pissed.
Yeah, I imagine.
But yeah, she's great. Drummer's a really fun character that really plays. She ends up being like a merger of 2 characters in the TV show, like because the whole thing where she has like she kind of breaks her back and loses access to her legs for a little while. That wasn't in the book. It wasn't Drummer. It was the guy that ended up being their new pilot. Instead, the security chief, but they just didn't want to have too many characters, so they merged them all. What the Wolf Among Us game? I read some of the comics and they were awesome. Yeah, check out Humble Bundle. If you go to their game bundles right now, they have a Telltale bundle. You can get The Expanse, The Walking Dead, the entire thing, Wolf Among Us, and some of the Batman ones, I think, and Monkey Island apparently, for $12. I bet you if you go, yeah, if you don't care about The Expanse, you can get them for $6 technically. So if you only care about Wolf Among Us and you don't care about the rest of them, $6. Pretty good deal. But I would go for The Walking Dead. I don't really care about Walking Dead, but I've heard that the Telltale series is very good, and I definitely want to shout out the Expanse one. Also, I love anything with the Expanse whenever they do posters. Mainly the first couple seasons, the last couple seasons maybe not so much, but I love the posters that they do. I have one in a metal print on my wall from I know it's going to be the first thing that pops up. Yeah, this one. It doesn't have the text on it, but I have that as a metal print. Yeah, basically this one. Plus the music at the beginning of The Expanse is so good. The first streamer that I truly admire, I speak a different language than you, and yet you still don't criticize me. The world needs more people like you. Well, you said something in a different language, but I wasn't gonna. You also, I think, said it in a whatever. I don't. You're human.
Good job.
Yeah. Let's see if you were like a rabbit. Maybe
Oh,
it'd be a
no.
problem, but no.
Probably like a moron. I'm a big
No,
fan
as
of
long as
people.
you're chill and you're actually that's about it. I really don't care after that.
Apparently this was made by a company called Kids Haven. It's the only information I could get.
I thought you were talking about the booze. I'm like,
No,
who names
this
their
is
booze
the horse.
Kids Haven?
I'm trying to find things out about this horse. Well, no, this tag back here says Fairlawn. The internet lied to me.
Telltale Walking Dead is amazing. Way better than the show. That's what I've heard. Well, okay, no, Walking Dead was good
To a point.
at the start.
Yes.
And then they realized it was successful and they dragged it on.
Well,
I watched, I think, episode 1 of it. I have never seen more, but I just know that it's maybe not like Game of Thrones bad
it started getting
in the
very
ending,
preachy.
but wow.
It's that one of the things I didn't like about it. Like, it started getting into like certain ideologies and stuff.
I do need to go get more booze. I keep forgetting to get more booze.
Yeah.
Do you want something?
Yeah.
What do you want?
Surprise me.
I picked up more booze, but I kind of want to save it for the weekend. But you're not going to be here, so you want one?
Sure.
There's a bunch of stuff in there that you would want. I know the one of them is, I believe, an oatmeal stout.
You should bring that to me then.
Okay. I needed to get more ice anyway.
I'm just gotta give this pony an apple if you're hungry. Okay. She need an apple. Yeah, she need an apple. We need to give this pony an apple. Apple needs the pony, pony needs the apple. Pony, pony apple. Apple, pony pen. Apple. Apple bat. Boom. Apple pie. Got apple. I'm gonna get the pony an apple. What's this apple? Where's the I'm gonna put the apple in the pony mouth. What? Give me this.
Get the horse out of here.
No horse.
This is the abuse.
Apples, apples, apples. Apples, apples.
Poor horse. He deserves better.
It's I can pull that all the way here. That's Founders. I just picked up like 4-pack of stuff.
That's good.
I think it'd be so cool to know another language fluently, which is a very American thing to say because most places in the world
You know multiple languages.
know multiple languages. It's just not pushed very hard in anything that in our schools, which is, I think, a shame. But it's a little hard when in a lot of other countries you have your native language and then you're kind of taught English because it's the international language. Well, here, why should there's no go-to for a second language. Spanish is very useful. And I would say like probably French and German second to that. But
Still remember my waiter being able to speak 5 languages in Italy.
fluent in fucking ease was my first language. Mom was pissed because F-bomb was my first word. That sounds right. Yeah. Why is there an apple? Why is it following her?
See you on Thursday.
It's supposed to stay in her mouth, but I guess I linked it to the wrong thing.
I don't know what it's linked to. It's
Just linked to her body. I didn't link it to her mouth.
was it on this one that you did it?
Yeah. Eat that apple.
Where is it? Where did you hide it? Why is it in wagon props?
It's a prompt.
See, you see to find a. There, see, you just do this. Bam! Now she got the apple in her mouth.
What?
See you on Thursday. Right.
It's like
It's a natural apple jack.
it's like those plushes that have the magnet in their mouth.
See you on Thursday.
Well, she got a little. Oh, that's part of the apple. She's got a little spot right there. Right
The
there.
apple sticking through her face.
Yeah.
She's used to it.
Take away the apple.
No.
She ate it.
She hates you now.
She ate the apple. Yeah, I'm sad we really don't have the option to learn another language until high school. Yeah, which is already kind of late. If you start it like early, if you kind of maybe not as the first language, try to prioritize English or whatever your main language is for your area, but pretty quickly start adding in other language, some other language. The human brain, when you're a kid like that, just soaks it up.
Yeah.
Problem is, it's really hard to teach somebody another language if you don't speak it yourself. So you'd have to teach yourself. But I'm at that age where now we're like, nah, it's too late.
Yeah, my brain's already deteriorating. It's all downhill from here.
Thanks very much.
But hey,
Thanks very much.
in 30 years, if I'm still alive,
Or do you want to see the
funny
Expanse
stuff,
TV
so
series?
assume I'm crazy.
I have it on the Plex. You can always watch that. After all that you've described of it, I finished watching the Orville series. I saw that. I really enjoyed it. Orville was better than I thought it would be, but season 3 got a budget upgrade and focused less on comedy, more on story and character drama.
I like that.
Season 3 of Orville was by far its best season. It was so good. And also they didn't have time restraints of fitting to network television. They made episodes anywhere from 40 something minutes long to an hour and 20. Whatever it took. Oh yeah, and you missed a voice impression.
I did. And isn't
Innocent Pony Enjoyer.
I love this pony. I love this so good. I like how her fur will feel on my face. Very nice. Innocent pony enjoyer that I am. I definitely wouldn't smooch this horse because that wouldn't be innocent. Smooch. See, I got smooched. By the horse.
Yeah, the reason I like The Expanse is because I like space operas, and that is a very good space opera. But there's that cardinal rule of in a movie that you're allowed like one thing to make unrealistic, and that is fine as long as everything else still fits within the realm of reality. Or like Mass Effect. The reason Mass Effect was really good is because the element 0 was their one thing that they could allow to make no sense. They tried to put some science behind it, but it really made no sense. But all the physics, if such a thing existed, did make sense. All the things that were possible because of that one thing that was allowed to exist outside the realm of reality. But if you suddenly started making a ton of those things that were outside reality, it starts sounding way too much like fantasy and mysticism and magic. Expanse is really big on everything is realistic. Like if they're traveling through space, they can accelerate pretty good. Like they have this kind of now and come unrealistic engines, but they have a whole story about how they were developed. But essentially, I think the guy that developed the engines is dead because he ended up hitting the engine, but he had cheap Chinese equipment or something in there, and he wasn't able to shut it off. And it was so efficient that he was killed by the G-forces, and even years later, it was still shooting him at a percentage of the speed of light, way off into the distance. But like the gravity from the ships comes from accelerating a ship. There's no gravity otherwise. Once you're halfway to your destination, you flip and you're spending the rest of your trip slowing down. Everything is real physics, but then they do have one thing that makes no sense, and that is the only thing that makes no sense, and everything around that, it doesn't make sense to anybody else either. So the politics feel real. The actors are excellent. It's just everything about us is great. I am a sucker for a good space opera. I did Stargate not long ago. I did Orville. I did Battlestar Galactica recently. I did Expanse. I think my next one's probably going to be Farscape.
To be honest with you, I'm having a hard time focusing on Battlestar Galactica.
I love Battlestar Galactica though. It's so good. I did Stargate, but I didn't finish Universe because Universe sucks. They were trying to be, they were trying to be Battlestar Galactica, but they were so bad at it. The actors were not memorable. They weren't good at it.
Thanks very much. Thanks very much.
It's just, I think having watched what I'm watching, a lot of the characters' motivations are kept hidden because that's the big secret, but then you never know what their motivations are and why they do the things they do throughout most of the series.
Well, a lot of their feels like everybody's kind of has their own, everybody's doing the same direction, but as things go in Battlestar Galactica, it feels like early on they all are in a tragedy and they're all banding together, but then once that settles down, then they all start splitting, and then the individualism of humanity starts kicking in a little more.
I'm not talking about them, the robot people. Why are they doing what they're doing?
Although that there is all the answers for that.
Yeah, I know, but then you gotta wait till it's like season
very
end
end
of the series, the very end,
or not very end, but last season for sure.
So you never know why they're doing what they're doing until like the last episode.
With Orville, the science is so generic that it sits in the background rather than be a focal point of the show. Well, actually, I would say that
I enjoy it
to a degree. Like their warp engines, I think we don't see that as the unrealistic thing, because we're so used to seeing that. That's like a normal thing. Their main thing is matter fabrication. They have a machine that can basically make anything, and their whole society, everything about it, that was the turning point. That's the unrealistic thing of a thing that can make anything. But then their society no longer has money, because what's the point of money when you can make anything you want? So now everything's about creative pursuits and trying to build yourself as a person. So artificial gravity bothers me so much. Yeah, that is the one that they never really cover in that show, and that does bug me. But that's why I like Expanse, because there is no artificial gravity. Oh, thank you for the sub, Soluble. Yay. Thank you for 2 months. Appreciate it. Cheers.
Like, I mean, Battlestar's the same way. They don't explain why they're able to stand on the ship on those.
Yes, Battlestar Galactica, it always bugged me how they have gravity.
Yeah.
Because their ship is definitely a forward ship. It's not like they are accelerating. They're always... That's the other thing that bugs me too. They're traveling through space, and apparently they're just going a direction. Why are their engines on?
I think they're legitimately teleporting.
Yeah, actually, they're I think that they're probably doing, because they do like this wormhole thing, I think. But there's so many things that bug me about that. Like they sometimes do it because they have one of them where a ship does a light speed travel, but when they get to the other side, they're like, we're missing one, and they check the destination, and it went into a mountain. So it literally teleported, or it did light speed jump into a mountain, not through a mountain, into it.
Because it's teleport.
Because I think it's pulling open space time and just weaving their way through.
Yes. That's what Battlestar
But
is.
what bothers me with that is they do it into atmosphere. That makes no sense.
That would destroy the planet.
No. Well, you teleport in, but how do you teleport in? There is air. It's not nothing. So there's air here. So do you teleport from an infinitesimal point and expand out? Because if that's the case, you're going to have a shockwave, but that's not going to be too bad. But how does that work? Like, you can't just appear there. Does it take the air away from you? Like, there's so many questions I have with that. But they did have one really cool scene where they, it's not really a spoiler because you're supposed to watch it, but they needed to get to a planet to do something. So they take their giant battle star and literally drop it right at the edge of the atmosphere and shoot all the planes out as it's falling to the planet. And right before it hits the planet, they teleport out. And you see it from the planet, this giant thing coming, and then it teleports out, and boom, the whole shockwave of the air from it. It was such a cool scene. It's one of my favorite scenes for Battlestar. It's so good.
Over my beer there for
That's such a cool scene. Battlestar is awesome. Their fight scenes and the graphics they did, especially for early 2000s, were really good.
I can't be bothered to remember any of their names.
I can make anything. Well, it's not just like 3D printer. It's literally like makes anything. But 3D printers have a long ways to go for making like food and anything. But how would you know that they're traveling if we can't see the engines working? Well, no, that's the thing is, if you're traveling through space, all the engines being on is a waste of fuel. If you're just going a direction until you can figure out where the next if you can literally teleport anywhere, it means you're just waiting until you can figure out where your next destination to jump to is. Why? Just float. Expanse is really good about just going on float. The only reason they keep accelerating is so they can maintain gravity. But also their engines are really efficient. But it just doesn't make any sense to me. Just float. It always feels like they have to keep the engines on. No! You could just turn it off. You keep going. Newton's first law. It's
but you can keep accelerating faster.
Yes. Well, to a degree, every bit of speed you add requires more energy to go faster.
Yeah, I played Kerbal
It takes
Space Program.
a long time to get to that point. But
Kerbal Space Program teaches you about braking and everything. That game is brutal.
but the Mass Effect has the famous quote from there about a guy that's yelling about Newton is the scariest goddamn motherfucker in the planet or something, and it was about if you fire anything at anywhere, make sure that it's going to hit, because if it doesn't, it's going to keep going forever, and someday, 10 years, 1,000 years, 1,000,000 years from now, it is going to ruin someone's day. and I love that because that's real. That is the way it is. But also, I'd never gotten, they did this in Battlestar Galactica, missiles. Like, all space fight is always done in this super close proximity, but you're dealing with speed so high that you should never be that close. Like, most space battles would be handled miles away from each other, barely visible,
By a missile.
and anything being fired at you you could just move slightly and you're out of the way. So bullets are useless. Missiles could track you, but you have so much time to see it, you could just
Well, then that
shoot
makes
it.
the whole close-up battling makes sense.
But at the speeds you can go there, you could just get out of that fight so quick. If you're able to travel around space, you probably have engines to get up and go to super high speeds very quickly. So you would never be able to get close because you can see them coming from 1,000 miles away. How would they get that close?
They had free ice cream pan on the side of their ship.
No, because the only way to get there quickly means you'd also pass them quickly. So how do you get to them quickly? But you can't, because you have to stop. But then missiles you could shoot down. That's why they were saying the big weapon in space is lasers, because you can't dodge lasers and you can't dissipate heat. So you just shoot a laser at the other person's ship and you hope that they don't die from being boiled to death.
My fork
That's
is
it.
bleeding again. I'll be right back.
Engine on drive equals driving forward. I know, it's just so stupid, but I I do like when they do like the shooting in the space and the rockets and stuff. I think the drama is fun, but from a realistic standpoint, it makes no sense. The only weapons that actually make sense in space are lasers, and Expanse kind of does some of that, but they don't. Most of the dogfights in there, it's nukes, something big that they can drop in really quick, or like railguns that shoot really, really quick, and they're just doing like, or if they're being chased, because then they're just trying to accelerate to get away. And there's a really cool scene in The Expanse in regards to being chased and trying to take out the guy behind you. Oh, maybe you want them to boil. Yeah, that's what makes the most sense. A laser heat up their ship, because you can't cool down something in space, because the only way to dissipate heat is to take it from you and put it somewhere else. And air is a good way to do that. You put like water, if water is on a hot surface and you blow air on it, that air will evaporate that water and pull it away. But in space, there is none. And also, if you did water, you'd be running out of it pretty quick. There's no way to dissipate it. So unless you can find some other way to dissipate heat, I know the ISS has a big problem with that. They have big arms that are on the outside that some are solar panels, but some are just to help pull the heat from the ship. So no, heat dissipation is huge. That's why I like Babylon 5. Its space fights make sense. I have never watched Babylon 5. I haven't found a decent priced copy of it yet.
Thanks very much. Very much.
I'm gonna do like a little. I'm very adamant when it comes to like space operas and space battles about how it works legitimately and then how it kind of just works. The Three Body Problem, which was, they did one season of it, and I think they're going to do at least one more, but that book series has some unrealistic things, but in general, it does try to make physics make sense as much as possible. And they have like ships that can go up to some crazy speeds, but the interior of the ship, all the crew areas are bubbles. So all the different rooms are just big circles. There's no gravity, no artificial gravity anyway. And if the ship needs to go up to a high speed, it fills it with a gel that is an oxygenated gel, so that it can help your body take some of those crazy G forces. When that are 16 17 G's that are well past the human body's ability to, by having it cushioned by some of that. And I thought that was a fun take on it a little bit. We try to think of things being made from on Earth perspective, but in space, do anything you want. Same with Argo. I've read enough science stuff and stuff that I kind of have a good idea on, I think, how it works from a realistic perspective, but that's not always fun to watch. So I know there's creative liberties that should be made, and I definitely agree with them. I need to watch some more TV series. If you want a good space operas, I recommend Expanse. The only problem with Expanse is it's good, but it's 9 books, a book per season, and they only did 6 seasons. They aren't doing the last 3, and the last 3 are the best of the whole series. So good. The Laconia arc is so good, and they're not going to do it. Like book or seasons 4, not 4, maybe like 5 and 6 of the series are all lead up to 7, 8, 9 the seasons, but they're not going to do them. Instead, they brought it up. They actually do show the new villain and even some little small parts leading up to season 7, though they're never going to do it. I'm glad they did that though, so if it ever happens in the future, they don't have to worry about like, oh, now we have to try to introduce this new thing after the end of a series. No, they actually followed the book, even knowing it wasn't going to continue. I loved it. But if you can, just read the book. Expanse series, the book series is better than the TV series, but the TV series does a lot of things the books didn't do that I think were better. And so I think that together they are a perfect package where each would have a gap without. I think that's what's great about the series, the TV part.
Thanks very much.
My ADHD does not like books. I do like books. It depends on the book. I actually just started reading Red Rising. That's a very popular Mars something book series about like caste systems and stuff. Very popular, and I decided to start reading that just yesterday actually. I just like owning books too. I have the Three Body Problem over there. I have The Expanse upstairs. Yeah.
Thanks very much. Very much. Very much. Thanks 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 very much.
Okay, she's not even looking at the card. I should get her to look at that.
Thanks very much.
Okay, so
Thanks very much.
she kind of spins randomly here, but it means right about here.
I'm just gonna be
Hi, back.
dabbing my head from all the sweat.
What did you do?
Don't worry about it.
What did you do?
Don't worry about it.
Came in this from work today, and had this gash on his head. And he was bleeding, and I'm like, "What did you do to your head?" He's like, "What? What did you do to your head?" He's like, "Oh, I'm bleeding." I'm like, "What?" And he had definitely touched it because he had like smeared a bunch of blood in a circle.
Well, you see, head wounds don't heal quickly. That's a lot of blood. Okay.
Heads have a lot of blood vessels.
Yeah, this is great.
Just, you have one little band-aid.
A band-aid.
Just get a little band-aid. That'd be
Who's
covered
got
up.
a band-aid?
I have band-aids.
Where do you have band-aids?
I keep them because Kyle yelled at me once for not having band-aids. In the upstairs bathroom, top left drawer, there's some band-aids on the left. They're all about the big
Are
size.
they pony band-aids?
No. You can drop ponies on them.
I think I do have pony band-aids.
Oh, no.
I want to see if I can find them.
Is Expanse your favorite book series? I would probably have to say yeah, because that was what got me back to reading, other than horse fanfics. Because I did that. I did the Final Fantasy book. I did the Three Body Problem. I really like Hitchhiker's Guide though too. I'd probably say I like Expanse more though. But I mean, it's not like Our Mother, which is like reads 1,000 books a year. I don't have enough to state that like this is the best book series ever, but it is very good.
Thanks very much. Thanks very Thanks very much.
Okay, and then her eyes. Mom has a freaking library in the basement. Yeah, I know. Every time we go to a thrift store, she's got like 6 or 7 more books. I need to really like a book to be able to focus on it. And when that happens, I will be back in about 8 hours after it lays. I need food. Yes, no, I'm the same way. It's actually, I do the exact same thing with like RPGs and video games. This is one of the reasons I like the World Likes, because they don't have the same problem. I usually will enjoy the game at the beginning, but there's like this bit, like after a few hours of play, that is, I get this like hump that I don't really feel like playing it, or don't feel like reading it anymore, because like I feel like introduction is away, some of the new stuff, and now I feel like there's a little bit of a lag. If I can get through that little dip, then I get like to loving it, and I want to read as much as I can and burn through it as much as I can. Three Body Problem was that way, where it took a little bit to get into it. Once I did, I just burned through the whole book. But yeah, I can agree. It just, you need to get through that little hump that comes after like 2 or 3 hours of reading or enjoying something. Thing with Babylon 5 was that all but one episode is written by the show's creator, Michael Straczynski. He wanted to run 5 seasons, and it did, so the story is complete. I don't. If you're talking about that like a bad thing, no, that's great. That's exactly what it should be. It's not ran to see how many things we can make in this universe. He had a complete story. He told it and called it good. Those are the best stories. You have nostalgia for it because it ended on a good note. If you just ran it until it got burned out, you're going to get like South Park and Simpsons where things are still running, but you don't really care because why would I care? I don't know what they're doing anymore. Expanse was a complete story, finished, like the whole thing beginning and end. I mean, the books are like about that far across. In total, it's thick, but Battlestar Galactica was the same way. Full story that was written, I think, in the 70s, and they just were canceled. So, your mom's single? No, my mom is very much still married. Her eyes are not locked.
Thanks very much. Thanks very much. See you on Thursday.
Okay.
Thanks very much.
What's the current status of the animation so far? We've been spending a lot of time on this shot, which was what I expected. Everything else is done. So, well, not everything. So we still have to do this first shot, but most of it's going to be lip syncing.
Ninepence. I'm not dead. What? Nothing. Here's your ninepence.
It's not a really complicated scene, so I'm not too worried about it. It's just the lip syncing part that's going to be annoying. Cheers, like. I've wanted to work on some like emojis and stuff, but I'm kind of close to finishing this one, so I want to push on it. But yeah, so we've been working on this scene. So Trixie's base mostly done. I still need to do some stuff with her. Probably want to make her smile a little bit at the end there, but and then we did all of and Applejack's what we were working on. I need to do some cleanup. And then did you find a pony? No, all I have left is big band-aids.
It's fine.
Do you know where it is? Do you need a mirror?
More or less. Just who built these?
They're childproof.
I think that just made it worse.
For the best. I just wanted her for her library. She has so many books. But she's also smart. She does a lot of thrifting. You can get books for just a couple bucks. Half price books, they're a little more expensive, but usually a better selection. I'm the same way with my DVD and Blu-ray library. I only buy them in thrift stores. So I get a good deal that way.
Perfect. No one will notice.
It's a good thing you have a receding hairline.
Yes. I found a bag in my suitcase. I don't know what it is. I don't recognize it. It's a coin purse and it's got a bunch of coins in it. Money.
Was that what you brought to the Ren Fair?
No. This was in a suitcase I have not used since Winnie City last year. The badge that was with the suitcase still was Evil Mike, not the good one. Whichever con that was.
Okay.
That might have been... I think that was Babs. So I haven't used that bag since Babs. I have a couple different suitcases. I'll find out what's inside here. Maybe give indication on who this belongs to. Because there's like $30 in here. Because one thing that gives me an indication of who it might belong to is this.
Yeah, you got a bunch of those though.
One time.
Yeah.
You know who does this all the time?
Draft?
No. I bet this is John's money.
I don't know.
I think he stole from John.
I don't want to check with them. Did you steal John's coin purse? Little rogue, you.
I think I did. See if there's identification.
Thanks very much.
So no, yeah. Who keeps his name? No, it's not. This is like a tiny one of those tiny little bags. What kind of coins are in here? Dimes.
He might have been
Pennies.
for. Well, it couldn't have been from Winnie City though.
No, I think this was Babs.
But he
No,
didn't. But
well,
John
he
never
wouldn't
went
have
there
been
either.
at Babs, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
John's the only one who would have this many dollar coins. Who else is gonna have this many dollars? He thinks it's cool. He's right. Wait, there's a die. It's like a cloud die. A blue cloud D20. I want to message John.
Could have had it when we were doing we did like D&D for a little while.
Yeah. I'm gonna message John in our group chat. I think I must. This is not mine. In my stuff. I wonder if he'll forgive me. Oh, forgive me, John. I not know that I sinned. Where is... There it is. How's the horses doing? Denise, I might have stolen from John. John has a coin purse? He loves stuff like that. He likes, like, coin purses and dollar coins and perhaps this 20-sided die. He thinks he paid you for something. In dollar coins?
That does sound like a John thing to do. You're talking about John having it. That makes sense from a John
Ask him if he's missing a blue, cloudy, 20-sided die. This very much feels like a John thing, and I feel like, tell John, I'm sorry if I stole it from him. You might have paid me with this. That does sound like a John thing.
That is a very John thing to
But I'm
do.
trying to remember something from like a year ago now. If he paid this back to me, then...
I mean, if you really are unsure, I'll take it.
No, there's like $30 here.
Yeah. I don't want you to have this
3.
on your soul.
4, 5, 6, 79, 10. Let's see.
They're all Sacagaweas.
It's all dollar coins. That's why I know it's John. Okay, it's like $20.
Didn't you have John give
some
you a bunch of
change.
those recently for
He did, but I spent them at the friend fair.
Yeah.
These are different ones.
Michael ASMR? Yeah.
No, there's another one in here. No, you don't have to.
You were laying your head so your mouth was lower.
No, yeah, there's 21 bucks in here. Not quite 30, but... John, do you remember giving me...
John's not on.
No, I guess John's not on here, but Denise is talking to
No,
John.
Denise is talking to Giz, and Giz is remembering.
John is in chat. Giz remembers this. Giz has crazy memory. Okay, that's fair. Did I buy? See, I have crap memory. So I don't remember buying this die.
Crap memory implies you have memory. You
See,
have none.
It's entirely possible that I saw this die and went, "Ooh, that's cool," and bought it.
No.
It's not Pony.
They have Pony die. Didn't you buy them?
Yeah. No, yeah.
The D20 sets? I thought I remember seeing one like that.
I have a D20 set, but Adam gave it to me as a gift. Sandwich gone? Oh, no sandwich. What happened to the sandwich?
No sandwich? Yes, so I posted about it. So Kitty, sandwich didn't work out. Sandwich, I might need a different sandwich. He had some things that still needed working out, and this was not his home. He ended up that he went back to the people we got him from originally. There was no way it was going to work out. Thankfully, they're having better luck. I think he was under trauma, and the house he was in previously was the house that he felt safe at, and he did not want to be anywhere else. So, talking about a cat that I had for 3 days. So,
Memorable.
yeah, my goal is after Thanksgiving, because there's a lot of stuff going on between now and Thanksgiving, I'm going to start looking again. But because now I already have food and litter, and I got stuff set up for having one here. So now I can actually start trying to do it.
He actually is just on like cat dating sites all day. I've seen it. Showing me their profiles, their pics, their interests.
No, I'm already keeping an eye out on different places just in case one pops up that makes me go ooh. And I've had a couple that maybe go meh. But yeah, poor Sandwich. Do you have a preference on the breed of cat? I want a short hair, and I prefer. I like that one was a gray cat. I like gray cat. I'm not a fan of black cats. Not the black cat portion of it. Just like they tend to be longer haired and stuff.
What about blue cats?
I like gray one. I really like calico. I like the white, black, and brown. That's my preference if I can find one like that. And normally I'm not a fan of yellow cats, but what I did find one called Butterbean that was at the cafe recently that was also really cute. We went there for coffee and I saw him. But Butterbean got adopted, so Butterbean's gone.
So what do you think about like blue-haired cats?
Blue-haired? She's not cat, that's a horse.
This is kind of be abusive to all your cats like that.
Cat can redeem. Yes, I'll work on something with that, but I need to make sure that like it's something that if I'm down here, we're down here, that they'll actually hang out at. So, and I do want to try to get two. But I will try to get something. I might have to make some adjustments, but I'll make something work. If I do anything, it's probably going to be behind Michael right there. And then I can do like I could probably do a cat cam. I have the one camera that has a really good zoom, so I could put it even right here and have it zoom in on them and have really good shots. So
see, Sunset, that's my biggest concern is that he's going to get this cat. He's going to fall in love with this cat, and then I'm going to accidentally sit on it or something.
You haven't had a cat for a while. Have a dog though. I wish I could get a dog. The difficulty with the dog is, will we have a big yard? There would be difficulties getting it fenced in because we're up to the corner of a train tracks and a main road, and the main road has a fence, but the train tracks don't, and it is like probably 100 feet into the woods before hitting that point. So we can't. It's difficult to figure out how to fence things in and what to do.
Ooh,
Seriously,
that'd be a cool cat. Get Black Cat, name it the Void.
It doesn't have a name. It's names are too mainstream.
Yeah. Well, that's red and black cat.
No, we have a decent sized yard, but I like I don't want to like put a fence in the middle of the yard or anything. And also, our neighbor has a fence, but their fence is like anywhere from probably 8 to 15 feet from their property line. So if I were to connect to their fence, I would be technically fencing in their property. And I know that they bring their car back there sometimes. So I mean, I have to make it a fence large enough for them to bring a car through, but then they could also get behind their property. So we have to put another fence over there, and it just becomes this logistical problem where I don't know how to do it without it being an absolute mess. So I've been meaning to potentially talk with them about it, but yeah, nothing worked out. There isn't much water left. I need 300 more to finish that bottle. Yeah, it's probably about there. If you can get to 300 before 9, I'll plow it. But if anybody else does it, I'm just doing regular sips. Actually, it was pretty good about drinking water today.
I think I had some, yeah. Though I normally drink most of my water during my lunch period, and then we drank booze instead. Ghost fact. You want another ghost? That's a third one today. There's only so many facts about ghosts. Let me tell you about the ghost that haunts this place. That's a good fact. His name is Larry. He really hates the pony stuff. He's just very upset about it. He says this used to be a respectable home, and now it's trash. He hates the new carpet and the new wood floors, despises them, thinks everything in here has just, yeah, he's just not happy. Doesn't like any of it. Yeah, so that's the name of the ghost named Blair. No. No reaction.
Sorry, I
The
was.
ghost is a jerk.
I'm not paying attention. I'm trying to think of the timing on this. I don't like how she's kind of side looking at Trixie.
Yeah.
I feel like she needs to be a little bit more to hear. But that's way too far.
To attack me. She licked that blue
I think this will be
one.
fine. I just need to like have her bounce a little bit. Victor. And good morning, Philip.
I was talking about the ghost named Larry in this house who hates all the upgrades.
Regarding the dog. Yeah, you need them secure though. Dog is a sook and won't travel far from the house. He escaped at the last house and he just sat at the back door, waited. Like, I have less concern. Like, I think if I put fence in the front part, even though the back one is open to the woods, it's quite a ways through them. I don't see him going too far through that. But again, we also have a lot of rabbits, and so they could hurt themselves by like taking a step into a lot of leaves, because we just throw our leaves back there, and suddenly like hurting themselves. I'd rather not that happen. So I would want it fenced in, but it just becomes kind of a difficulty. And since we already have a fence going all the way through the back, the best way would be to have the fence come in from that tree line. And that just looks weird if like suddenly the fence just kind of comes out of nowhere. It'd be connected to the city's fence. I think it's the city's fence. So I don't know who owns that fence. My property's really weird because like we're literally in a corner and half of that area is just woods, but it's contained by a main street and the train tracks. So it's like about half of my property I can walk on is just woods. But being it's kind of unused and we don't go back like fully back there,
I've been fully back.
I'm pretty sure I own it. If I look on property lines, it shows the full property going to the like the peak of the corner. So I'm pretty sure I fully own it, but also it seems weird because like I have the second most property by square foot in like most of the city. Like it's kind of like, or at least for the neighborhood, I'm the second highest, but for the area, I'm one of the highest, but half it's unusable.
Well, we're using it for firewood.
Yeah, we've been there's been a lot of trees falling down.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've been getting a lot of free firewood from it. Superest dog I ever knew was also an idiot savant in dog pin escapism. Dumb dogs are the best.
I have had 2 dogs that I remember fondly. I've had more than 2 dogs in my life, but I was real young for some of them. 2 dogs when I was older at my family's house. One name was Major, and one was Bo. And both of them were standard poodles. One was white, one was black. That was the only difference between them. And we got them very set from Major. Very smart dog, very calm dog. Liked staying near people, was generally calm, good with kids. Bo, on the other hand, was a stupid, dumb dog who would get itself into trouble. And
dumb dogs are adorable, though.
No, he would get himself into trouble. Like, he would snap at kids was one thing.
Well, that's not being dumb. That's just being like, whereas he wasn't taught the appropriate lessons by his owners.
But we got him after he got shot, so he was a little traumatized. He was running around trying to find himself a lady dog, and found himself one, and then the farmer who owned that dog didn't appreciate his presence and shot him. And then he ended up in an animal rescue where we got him. But he was a dumb dog. When we first got him, he ran away for 2 days. And then
Well, it's not like the dog knows that going over there would be shot. He doesn't know what being shot is.
But he was just dumb in general after the fact. Like, he nearly got stomped by a horse because he would antagonize them.
I love basset hounds, big flappy ears. Yeah. I had a friend that had 2 wiener dogs, and they were kind of fun. They loved being thrown. One of their favorite games was take dog, throw it the back of the couch, and they would bounce, and they'd run back at you and want to be thrown again.
Yeah.
But then
it's fun.
The one of them, I don't know if I think he survived, but he ended up getting in the trash, and he ate so much trash that he couldn't move. He was just laying on his side. He like ate half his body weight in trash, and he was just puke and everything there, and he was trying to eat more. because he didn't have any control. And
Yeah,
they had to get him to the hospital.
Never had
and
a
stuff.
dog who really overate themselves. Like, we would just fill up their bowl and they would eat it as they got hungry. They wouldn't like barf it. I know that's not all dogs though. That's the thing with any pet. They all have personalities that are completely different from one another.
Yeah, that's they say with cats and stuff. They say, like, don't just say get that cat and good. They're like, spend time with them because they're so different of personalities. Figure out if that melds with what you want. Same with dogs though. It's like you have to spend time with them and learn them a little bit, because if you just go boom, it's you never know.
Major and Bo were both two very different dogs. They were polar opposites.
See you on Thursday. Right.
I remember when Major passed away and I got so upset I went over the hillside with a shovel in my hand and I just started digging at the dog's grave. And by the time I finished digging it, I just crawled out of the hole and like tendered to the blisters on my hands because they were blistered from the digging. It was like the only thing I felt like I could do is dig the dog's grave. It was a rough day. Sad day.
I probably want to close these a little bit. No, I want to raise a little bit from the bottom. There's a reason to this. I'll raise a little bit to the bottom so that from here, I want to have that go away. Mainly because your pupil will follow, or no, your eyelids will follow your pupil. If you look in a mirror and you look up down, you'll find that you're not even thinking about it, but your eyelids follow your pupil. So if they're looking up and then looking down, it's most realistic if you can have the pupils, maybe not fully because giant horse eyes, but if you're looking sideways or up and you're suddenly going down, you want to have the pupils or the eyelids follow a little bit. So by doing this, it makes it follow a little bit.
No, Major was the hardest dog I ever lost. Bo, he passed away after I moved out of the house, so I wasn't there for it all the time. He was always happy to see me, even in his later years when I did visit, though.
Make sure I didn't miss anything on the other end. No. But when he's playfully, he goes smooth brain, just looks at you and it's adorable. Yeah, dumb dogs are fun. Dumb animals just are fun. As long as they're not so dumb that like you have to be careful with them. There's a certain amount of stupidity. I like the ones that just kind of like, they're kind of confused a lot. I don't know. That is adorable.
Not getting themselves into trouble.
Yeah.
Because Bo got himself into
super
trouble.
smart dogs can be fun too, but then it feels like they're outsmarting you a lot, and so they'll start tricking you into getting their way by like dogs that will like suddenly start acting like they have like an injury on their leg, but the moment that they get excited they'll be running perfectly fine because they're like, oh, because they get attention and stuff.
It works. Dogs are smart. They can mess with people if they're smart enough.
Technically, I don't need to worry about the legs on here, but I'm going to for making her do a little bounce because the bending of the arms up here might be visible. Also, it's just if I ever want to reuse this animation, it's not reusable if I don't have the legs moving.
Chocolate's poisonous to dogs, but if they eat a small amount of it, it's not going to kill them. It's just going to give them an upset stomach.
I know when they put down our like not the most recent dog, but the one before that, my parents had to put him down. If I remember right, or even the recent one, they gave him chocolate the day before they put him down. Because they're like, you know what? If you want to try some chocolate, go right ahead. Yeah. Because what's the worst going to happen? It's going to kill you. Well, you know, let him enjoy life a little bit.
Chocolate's poisonous to dog the way sometimes lactose is poisonous to people.
I think it's not that chocolate will kill them. I think it binds to certain things in such a way that if you give it to them, they can't process it properly. Yeah. And so if you consistently give it to them, it builds up. So giving it to them once, probably not a problem, but
they might have runny diarrhea.
Yeah, you're gonna probably run into some issues, but it's probably not gonna kill them. But if you keep doing it, it could.
Well, yeah, because if you have diarrhea all the time, it's eventually going to kill you. If you're lactose intolerant and you eat cheese every day, I got bad news for you. It's pretty much
cheese is so
dead.
good.
All dogs are just chocolate intolerant. If you feed them a Hershey Kiss every day, they're gonna start getting dehydrated and sick.
But they like it.
No.
There's a video I saw recently of I think it's Dodo or something. There's a website that just does heartwarming stuff with animals, and they had one about a dog that knows every Wednesday the ice cream truck goes by and gets super excited, just bounces around the house, always looking at the window. And then when the ice cream truck goes by, because they would go out to the ice cream truck and get ice cream, gets up with a little pup cone.
No pup.
And he gets so excited, and so he eats half of it there, and then they get another half when he gets home, and he'll run home and be like, "I want, there's my cone," and he was so excited.
It's delicious.
Yeah, it was adorable. Just so excited to get his little pup cone, and the ice cream guy knows the dog then, and no, dogs.
That's cute.
That's why I want a dog. Dogs are adorable. They're a ton of work compared to a lot of other animals, but they are great companions. So I might.
They are very dependent on you for everything.
Yeah, and you have to keep. They're a lot more difficult to, like, if you go and disappear for 24 hours for the cat, as long as you kind of prepped a little bit, you're fine.
Yeah.
But like for a dog, if you're gone for like 8 hours, it can be a problem.
If you're gone for 5 minutes, it can be a problem depending on the dog. Dogs are not. Cats are independent for the most part. As long as you put food out and they have a litter box and water, they'll be fine. They're not gonna miss you. They're not even gonna notice you're gone. Sorry for people who.
No, some cats are very. Some cats do want. Some cats are more independent, and they're like, "There's people around. I get my food. I'm fine. Just leave me alone." But there's other ones that they will be sad if they don't get that socialness. That's why I want to get 2 cats, so that at least, if I'm not there for a little while, it's not like they get lonely. Because cats are still, like, people are social animals. Cats are social animals. Yeah, they like company.
I don't think they keep packs in the wild.
I don't. Well, they might not call them a pack, but they get. You can get lonely.
But that's only because
it's also like if you were born and raised around people a lot, you are used to it, and at that point, you are. It's almost ingrained into you to have people around.
In the wild, cats don't tend to seek out companionship unless they're.
Yeah, but wild is also
something.
There's nature and nurture. And there's a part of it that's nurture. In wild, that's a very different nurture.
Well, because cats have very different brains than people, making that comparison.
Yeah, but cats are also different personalities. You said yourself that all different animals have different personalities.
That's about dogs.
Well, no, I'm just saying in general. That's the way it is. Not like every cat's just downloaded from the cat server the same personality.
Meow.
Might churn her a bit more here.
So next you're gonna tell me the fish are gonna miss me too. If we had fish.
What fish?
I want fish.
You can get fish.
I'm gonna put them downstairs.
No.
No, they're not gonna fit in my room. They're big fat fish.
You're just gonna have to move some
I want
ponies.
some bluegills.
Move some ponies out of the way and get some fish.
Don't miss me when I'm gone.
The fish?
Mm-hmm.
But I thought they're nothing.
Nope.
They just
Fish.
go blub blub.
Fish. They have more heightened emotions than cats.
Heightened emotions.
Yeah. They can.
They're very clingy.
Feel more things. Yes.
You getting texts from your fish? Where you at?
I've seen the Amazing Mr. Lippet or whatever. That fish. They made fish love.
You guys go for a week convention, then come back to find that your cute cuddly doggo has chewed all of Michael's pony plush to pieces. Well, for one, those doors would be shut, and two, if I had a dog and I was gone for a convention, he is not going to stay at the house. He's probably going to go to either a puppy daycare for a few days or go to something. He's going to go somewhere. He's not going to stay at the home. Like, how do you feed him? Oh, this thing. Like my like cats, you can get auto feeders and auto litter boxes that at that point you could probably be gone for a week at a time and be fine. But even then, I would probably want somebody to come by at least every day just to check on them and double check things, give them treats. Cats also need play. So
Yeah, you like play. It's stimulating.
what was that cat website you visited last time you streamed? The
No, I think you were looking at the kitty cafe.
was it the
thing.
Kitty Cafe?
It was kitty cafe.
The one that had a couple of cats at the cafe? Oh yeah, because I pulled it up. Oh, that's I put the wrong letters there. This one. This one, Cafe Meow. This was the one I like. Butterbean. I saw Butterbean at the cafe. Butterbean was adorable, but Butterbean is adopted now.
Is
too,
it the
so-
yellow one?
That's this one.
Okay.
Butterbean is a very soft yellow. Actually, I feel like that name is very reminiscent of like a soft butter. But
I need to find a cat
this
with, like,
one popped
racing
up
stripes.
2 days ago. Doja.
I already
But,
destroyed that toy.
but most of these are already adopted. Those two have been adopted. Poutine's been.
I like that
Poutine
Olsen
is
cat.
actually fun. They have a calendar you can get there that the proceeds go to helping kitty rescues, and they're really fun and professionally done. And Poutine is in it, but Poutine has been adopted. Yeah, they got Wendy Teen. Ripley was adopted. Rosie the Riveter was adopted. Astra, Lavender, Yuri. They have a lot that were recently adopted, and they just have to. I think they have a certain amount they like to keep on the site, and they're just working on getting some more in there. Can you share that site with me in the Discord server? It's just the local one to us, but yeah, I guess I can. Put in stream chat. There's two of that location. Cafe Meow is New Hope and a Roseville location. And so if you go to Roseville, you can see the cats there too.
You just take this plush, put like a little meow thing inside of it, so that every time you shake it, it just goes meow. Right?
The one that's here, Jack Sparrow, has
Okay.
an eye issue. They said, well, it looked like they were going to lose it. They actually ended up saving it, though he has some scarring. But Skipper and Cinnamon, I think those new.
Those are kittens.
Radio Cafe, no, they've been there for a bit. Usually they're at the top as the new ones. Darcy, I like those kind of colors too. I like all the multicolored cats. I like this one, meow.
That one reminds me of my grandmother's cat when I was little. The black and white one.
Yeah.
Look at that cat. That is amazing.
More kitties. There's tons of kitties. But yeah, they work with apparently Twin Cities Cat Rescue and Kitty Revolution, I think is the two names. And those are rescues that they get cats from different places, and when they've been fixed or everything that needs to be done, if the cafe has their space, they'll put the cafe. Otherwise, they're temporarily given to a foster that is going to take care of them until they have a permanent home lined up. But as the cafe opens up, they just take some of them.
Still not too late to get a pony. This is a pretty stupid horse. Is that why you like Rainbow Dash? Because you like stupid animals?
Yeah. You caught me.
You did. Yeah. I don't want to stand there.
Look at these cats. These cats are amazing. I gave it a pet and it feels just like payments. No, I like Cafe Meow because they tend to, as far as I can tell, no cat stays there more than like a month or two. They're pretty quick. They go through. You have to pay to go and see the cats, and they even have. And I found this the other day, on the cat section, but my other home.
Who's that guy?
I was just showing somebody getting a cat. But no, they have it where, because it's like if you want to support, they have not the reservations. So let's think I can find it here. Where is it? Their coffee's actually really good too. I do really like their coffee. They have a butterscotch coffee. But no, they have helping the cats. There we go. You can go here. They have I thought it was right here. This is the basics. Yeah, they have an Amazon wish list. And so you can actually go in there and it's a list on Amazon, and they basically say you can get us anything from the wish list, send it to this address, and they'll take it as a donation, which is actually kind of cool. I like the idea of just they have different foods, different toys and stuff. Just buy it, send it to them, and they'll put it to use. Because there's people that say like, how do I help? And one of their first things is come buy coffee, which that's what I try to do to support. And then the otherwise they say, but if you wanted to support any other way, buy stuff from Wishlist, or we do take donations too. When they had a break-in, 2 break-ins within I think a week of the same person broke in. One time they sold the safe, the second time the cops didn't notice and they got away. They ended up opening up a donation thing. I think it's like a GoFundMe for like $6,000 or $8,000 to get a security system installed. And I think they got the money for that within like 4 or 6 hours. It was like boom, and they got all of it. But then they shut it down and they said, we don't want any more donations from that. If you want to donate, there's other methods to do that, but we don't want to just like take advantage of this. We're getting a security system and no more. So they're very reputable, good people.
God damn, to do it, to fix is so impressed.
I did like when the person broke in, the first thing they said in the post was, the cats are okay. Because in the end, that's what people are worried about. Like, we know they're still safe, but did they hurt the cats? But the cats are like, they own 2 storefronts, and then they just have a door connecting inside to go to the other one. They broke into the store side, so they didn't touch the cats at all, although the cats probably got very spooked. Our building is damaged. The cats are all well. Yeah, that was the first thing they said, thankfully. And that was my first thought too. Is like, yeah, I know it's damaged, but did they hurt the cats, or did, they break the glass and now the cats can get out, which no, most of them are probably going to stay in safety and whatever, but some of them, maybe they could get out and get hurt. So. I'm gonna save it to the end, but I gotta use the restroom, so I'll be back in 1 minute.
Yep. Yep. Everyone, these horses are hungry. Got to give them the food. What do you got? No, it's a pineapple. Okay. Pineapple. Where's this pineapple? Over here in Queen Vivid. This apple horse. Yeah, very small pineapple. They make the pineapple bigger. Back. Scary. We came back too quick. I'm just trying to give the horse an apple.
That's not an apple.
It's an apple.
It's a pine.
It's like that's not an apple. It's not apple. Don't lie to me. Some sort of hedgehog. I know a hedgehog when I see one.
She's gonna get rash.
Pineapple rash.
She's allergic to pineapples.
Is the only apple?
Is that all you did, or do I have to be concerned about you
I
moving
loaded
something?
in a pineapple. That's all I achieved. And changed this thing to all so that I can move the pineapple more.
Oh, see, I'm thirsty. Right.
You beat too quick. It did say hedgehog. A pineapple, as far as Applejack was concerned, was indeed a hedgehog. And she wasn't being fooled. No, sir. So they called you up to animate G6 yet?
Me?
Yeah. They're gonna do it all in source because they're out of money.
I can tell you right now, if Hasbro were to call me and be like, "Do you want to help out with show?" I'd probably turn them down anyway.
Can I?
I'm gonna guess that my current job does better than what animator jobs would do. So,
Yeah, but you wouldn't be an animator. You'd be like animation director. Come on, man.
If it was something like that, that to me would be more fun.
Yeah.
If it was like art direction or cinematography direction, that type of thing, maybe more interesting. But I'm gonna guess that it still would be a drop in career path, and going forward.
Hoity-toity over here.
Apples, apples, apples.
Fanciness.
Fanciness? I don't have a fancy job. I just have a good job.
Same thing. Yes, I am Argo. Give me horse show. Yes, I am Argo. Give me horse show, Hasbro. This is what he sounds like. It's terrifying. He just comes home and go, "Hello, feed me," and I cry in the corner.
All right, so I think, well, I probably have like 2 drinks of water worth in here at this point, but cheers, Soy. It is empty. I have done everything. So no more hydrates. I'm not going to go get more water. Is there? Give me horse show Hasbro. No. I love how smoothie maker SM Predator.
You said it. I knew it.
You were a legend. I think it's amazing that you're still doing this. Because I actually, it was probably like end of last year. I almost stopped because the end of last year was rough. And I was trying to think of like what that would look like, and I couldn't figure that out. I've been doing this for so long that it's basically taken up like 1/4 of my life, and it's like trying to stop it. I feel like I don't think I could. It's become too ingrained in scheduling. And also I think that it's a specific type of creative outlet that if I didn't have this, I would eventually try to go towards something else. And so I just keep doing it.
Besides, a lot of cool people who still doing cool friends. Like fake friends. Well, he's friends with them. I'm there. Anyway, people who still have been doing horse stuff all these years who are just still doing it. Pretty cool people.
Some people have made careers out of it. I never really wanted to. I feel like I could have focused on it. If I would have focused more on turning it into a YouTube job, I would say in like 2015, 2014, 2015. I always considered it a hobby, but if I actually started pushing on it that way, I probably could be doing it more full time, but I'm well past that point now. YouTube's a very different place now, and I would have to be at a different place as well to be able to make something like that work. But no, it's just a fun hobby. Like I said, I just don't know if I know what to do without it.
Kicking that were from the MLP G4. I mean, I watched G5 too, you know. And he watched some of it. He saw the movie at least. It just wasn't as good. And I hate that it wasn't good. I really do. I wanted it to be good. And parts of it were okay. But parts. And generally it was like the specials where they put a bit more time into the animation. Tell Your Tale actually started really appealing to me more. It was still kind of it started doing like the whole reused animation bit where they would say the same words over and over again, kind of like the slide scene from Paw Patrol. It was clear they were trying to cut every corner they possibly could animation wise, even though the animations were only 5 minutes long. But now I was enjoying it, and I've seen all of Tell Your Tale and Make Your Mark, which is more than I can say about all of G4 because I have not seen every episode of Pony Life. There are still some episodes of that I have not seen.
Radio Trivia Tonight asked what continent India was located on. The caller said North/South America. North/South was garbled. I shook my head. One of my favorite bits, he doesn't do it anymore, from Last Week Tonight, was like he would talk about a country and he put up a country and they're like, but you don't know what that country is because that is not that country. This is, except it isn't. It's this, except that isn't either. And he would just go down this string because nobody had any idea.
It was like, don't pretend like you know.
I love it that you guys are still here and alive and kicking. Michael's trying to stop on that front.
Yeah.
But,
keeps telling me to go to
from the true MLP G4 area. Yeah. 11 years, 11 and a half. There's not many big people left, I think, from the early days. A lot of them moved on.
Well,
at the conventions,
10 minutes away.
like AC Race Best is still doing things.
Saber's still there.
Saber's went and done other things, but he's been popping up here and there more.
Kibby was there last time.
Yeah, but I'm talking like from the big people that were like the big faces of the early days.
I think Jay fits into that.
Jay fits into that, but he's a face, where a lot of the other anthologists aren't a face; they're part of the group.
One of the characters from Grotesticles or whatever, the Bob's Burger episode about bronies. One of the characters in that is based off Jake. Like directly, they asked him for his likeness.
Yeah, but that's not Horse. So I'm saying, like, in terms of Horse, Jake's had some great success and has been finding cool career stuff. Jake's been awesome.
Well, Jake, I'm saying in the episode about bronies,
no,
they were like, can we use your face for this episode? And then he said yes. So one of the characters is based off of, I call him a friend. Like shoot, can't talk. All the characters in the brony episode of Bob's Burgers is based off of a real brony who was popular at the time. I think the main guy was based off Digibrony, if anybody remembers. No, Tommy Oliver. One of them's based off of Tommy Oliver. And then one's based off Jake. Because they were just all kind of like panelists at some of the early stuff. And I guess they just pulled them aside. I know which one it is. Like, you can imagine, it doesn't look exactly like them because it's Bob's Burgers, but
The memes from the internet culture at the time, the fandoms being crossed with ponies. The reason I started doing horse stuff is because of the memes. I worked in trucking and I had very boring evenings where it was either... Is this not set on repeat?
The one,
Okay.
the one in orange is supposed to be loosely based off of Big.
I can see that.
No.
No, I worked in a job with feast or famine, so it was either 13-hour days of constant work or like I'd be there 6 hours and it was dead, most of it. And so I spent a lot of it just looking at memes and doing internet stuff, and that's actually how I got into the horse thing. I could push the mouth a little too far. I still say that my OC is in the movie.
I that is my headcanon now.
Yeah.
No.
You guys don't know. It's not confirmed officially, but I state that my OC is in the movie, and if I remember right, I am the very first horse in the entire movie.
Yep, that makes you the star, right?
Mm-hmm. No, it's probably not, but it ended up being that
Very much looks
color-wise.
color-wise.
Yeah, if you play the movie,
We should play it, not stop watching it. Lionsgate actually ended up being the studio that bought Boulder, which animated this.
yeah. So at the beginning of the movie, and Kyle even looked at me and was like, "Was that?"
That's yours.
So yeah, at the very beginning, when they have the horse come in.
You ready on that pause button?
Oh wait,
that's
not
it.
that one.
Not that
Maybe I'm number 2. I can't
Any
remember.
second horse?
No, I'm number 3. Number 4. Where is it? There it is.
There it is.
So look at that.
Fourth.
Look at that horse.
It's a bummer you never get a closer look at that horse, because the one who's in front of the screen now, you can kind of see her cutie.
Yeah, here we go. And that's my OC.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just close on color, it's almost identical. So it's like, and it's really hard to see. There's no like cutie mark that's visible.
Yeah, on that one.
But the
See it on
cutie
that
mark
one.
is something that's white,
Oh,
which
yeah.
it's a white cutie mark. So that's why I'm like,
You can kind of see something.
it feels, I wouldn't be surprised if they did go through the fandom, pull out potentially like not too weird OCs from the fandom of people and put them in there. But yeah, it's not just close. It is
I never noticed
eerily
the
close.
Cutie mark. You can kind of make out the cutie mark. I don't know if you guys can see that on your side, but the cutie mark. I never noticed the cutie mark before.
I checked over all angles. There's nothing that actually shows what it is because they disappear at this point. But
Hard to see again.
yeah, there's nothing to get the details of it. But I've went through frame by frame. There's nothing.
How cute that one is. That one. That one.
Like even here,
Well, that's the closest you get. Maybe if you got rid of the thing. Ooh.
no, a little hard on time because of the thing. I thought I'd like froze it on the exact thing and tried to find it, and I've had no luck. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
there's a
pretty
little bit
close.
of blue at the bottom, so you know it's probably not. But I consider
It's
it.
like a flask.
I consider it close enough.
Yes.
So yeah. Could have abused as inspiration. Who knows? And I've seen at least one other. What was the Mike the Microphone?
The guy who did Waffle
No. He's okay. He did have it. That was his OC. There's somebody else. Mike the Microphone's super early fandom.
Yeah.
No, there was somebody else I've seen that has another OC that's similar in color scheme, but this is not just close. It is like pixel exactly the colors. That's why I say that. This was drawn by Essential. He's actually, I think it's my Steam icon too. Yeah, pancakes. He drew it for me. I haven't seen Ace in forever. I keep seeing Thoth, and I believe Thoth is his boyfriend. But Ace is awesome. Ace does awesome art, and he drew this for me, I think, on stream, because we had a thing with the pancakes on stream one time, and he drew that for me and sent it to me, and I was like, yes, I love it. But I saw something about, if you want, I can post it in stream chat.
Wait, what is that one? Is it the face hugger?
Yeah.
Is it a GIF?
No, it was from the stream. Yeah,
Yeah.
go get it. I also love that it's transparent. That's also Ace is awesome. Just wish I'd see him more.
I wish I'd see a lot of people more. They would get tired of me. But who would get tired of Michael?
And we're after, but I just want to remember this one last part. I needed to do.
Oh. Books.
Yes, twist the mouth a little bit. For those that don't know, and that used Nitro or whatever, I do have a lot of sound clips on the server. So if you are on a server with Nitro, you can pull up like books, and like Derpy saying like I'm in danger, and a bunch of my video quotes. I have all those. I think I filled up all the sound clips on there, so you can use those for on a voice chat.
But who would want to use ponies in a voice chat?
I don't know if I can click it here. No. What is the? I don't know where you find it anymore. Yeah, I don't know where it ties it, but it's all on. It's all on there. It's not emoji. Oh, soundboard. There we go. Yeah, it's all these ones. Oh, can I play it?
This will be frickin' sick!
Yeah.
The science button! Books? Party! Derpy, you're really stupid.
I love that one. So yeah, I have a whole bunch on there.
Science!
What is? I'm a burrito. It was Derpy. We use it a lot on our other server.
Yes.
No, that's my normal settings. What am I doing? Server settings. On board. I'm a burrito. Where's I'm a burrito? Yeah, there it is.
I am a burrito.
We were using 15 AI. We put Derpy in
So
a
much
burrito,
fun
and she
stuff.
said, "I'm at a burrito."
I'm sad you brought it up again. What do you want more? 15 AI or Half-Life 3?
15 AI.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I'm not gonna argue that. I want Half-Life 3, but 15 AI was like losing. It's like you had just invented the hammer, and then you lost the hammer, and you really miss that hammer because you're tired of banging in nails with a freaking pipe wrench. Because that's kind of what it's been since losing 15 AI. Is like there's stuff out there that can get the job done, potentially, just not as well, not as quickly. And you're probably gonna bend the nail in the process. You want that hammer back. And that 15A was that hammer.
Okay, that may be good there.
Maybe it wasn't a perfect hammer, but it was the only hammer, so. I gotta look.
Yeah, all right. Well, we're gonna be good for today. We'll be back on Friday. Got some stuff done. Probably did more talking than that, but fun conversations. Let's see who is on right now.
You know what's fun about this plush? Is that it says it's from Fairlawn, which is an actual company that makes plush toys. But when I checked online, Fairlawn does not recognize this as one of their products. And when I checked another website, they said it was made by a different company. So I don't know that that's a legit thing.
Yeah. Minsocks hasn't been on for quite a while. No backseating. Yeah, I get it. No, Minsocks is fun. I haven't seen them on for months, at least at the same time I am.
They're playing a Yuri simulator.
Hmm?
They're playing a Yuri simulator.
Rune Factory? That's It's 18 plus. Oh, it's just like MMO type stuff. This is 18 plus, not 21, so it's fine. But yeah, we should over there because she's really, really nice. So
I think it's serving alcohol on that stream.
it's this, yeah, it's fine. We'll head over there. And let's go over. What is it there? Well, yeah, we'll see you guys on Friday.
Yes.
See if we can. Again, I don't think we're gonna finish.
I won't be here.
Yeah, Michael won't be here on Friday, so maybe we'll do something different. It tends to be if I just work on like that video stuff, Michael's good at distracting you all. But for if it's just me, it's really hard because I get too focused.
Later days, indeed. I'll be back probably a little late Sunday night.
Yeah, I have to figure out for game stream stuff. We might have to do something else in the start. At least at the start. I mean, yeah, I guess we could just play it as it's incentive to run home.
Yeah, it's all the more reason to like weave through traffic and run over old ladies.
Good.
And then take them home.
What? You got a net on the front?
It captures old ladies.
It's like got some Mr. Magoo type of car you're driving.
Mr. Magoo would want lady catcher on his car.
Well, anyway, we'll see you guys Friday. Have a good one and behave. Cool end screen. Well, we do have credits go over it, but it's broken for now. But we'll see you later. Bye bye.
We just have to play this video, no particular reason.